nighty snoozy snooze.
Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the start of another week as we kind of kickstart things here with a flight in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We're going to be rambling, yes, down to the southwest of Ireland. We're using the Accu-Sim Aerostar. This one from A2A. It was launched as an early access. And this is how you do early access, because A2A have been providing regular updates all the way along, and it's getting very close to being version 1.0. It's an amazing airplane, and we're going to take it for an old jaunt. Haven't flown it in a couple of weeks, and they've made considerable progress since we had a look at it last. So how are you? How was your weekend? Did you get much sleep yesterday? We finished up grand and early, it wasn't too bad. But tonight, our flight, we're going to start off here in Shannon, Echo India November, and we're going to ramble down to Kerry, Echo India Kilo Yankee. That's it's published by EINN, would you believe? And then we're going to ramble out to the peninsula. Yes, we're going to head over the Killarney Lakes, over Carrauntoohil, Ireland's largest mountain. Then it's going to be up towards kind of Connors Pass, down over Dingle, down to Caherdaniel, and back up to Kenmare. We'll have a second landing back into Kerry, and then we head on home to Shannon. Typical kind of VFR route you would see sometimes when the weather's nice. It's not always nice. I've got an upgrade to my room, look. A new Plasticus Ficus. Well, you know, I do. Right, they add to the, you know, whatever you call it, they add to it. But it's all happening now, right? Hope you're well. And what else? I was very busy today. What did we do today? I didn't mean Plasticus Fecus broke. What did we do today? We did a video all about our Dublin meetup happening in November. Really excited about that. And still a few other kind of bits and bobs to do with it. And more news on that as we, you know, get a little bit closer. But definitely looking forward to it. And yes, of course, our flight yesterday, that was a lot of fun as we did our commemorative flight for Operation Market Garden. And it was great to see so many aircraft flying that one. It was awesome. But tonight we're back to our glorious general aviation aircraft for some sightseeing as we visit down here in the southwest of Ireland. Shannon Airport, you know, we've been there a couple of times, and it was, for us as a community, very important when it came to our ATC lessons. And then Kerry Airport, it's one of my favourite airports in the sim. Probably in the world as well. Farranfore is gorgeous, but where Kerry is and how close you are to absolutely stunning Irish scenery, it's absolutely thumbs up, you know. So anyway, how are we getting on? Look, it's a good job it's plastic. I would have killed it. I've two of them. There's another one over here, look. And to be honest, right, he actually looks in better condition than this fella. They're not identical. This fella's a little bit more, like, if I swap them around, do you know what I mean? It's amazing what you buy in shops these days, you know, fake plants, but like when you walk in, it feels like you're, you know, at one with nature, this sort of thing. Jesus, things happening already. But anyway, any news? No? Any crack? I've buttons over here, look. Ah, yes. We shall ramble in down to the chat, say hello, good evening, and welcome aboard. Hello there. There's all sorts of buttons. What else was I doing today? I didn't get much done, lads. As I said, I was busy with planning and advertising and all this sort of stuff. It was just one of those days. And then I have to do stuff tomorrow. No stream tomorrow morning, but we are streaming tomorrow night. And then we're kind of back into the swing of normality after that then. You see, also this evening, Mr. True Tones, how do we pronounce this now or even explain it? Let's just say her expertise were in full motion because, friends, we had an imposter, an invader in the house. In Murph Manor, a spider. I can't deal with them, lads. No. Not a hope of it. I can't deal with them at all. So she did what every wife or significant other will do. Deal with it. I'll deal with the weird stuff, you know, ghosts and did you hear that noise of someone downstairs? Well, when I say I deal with them, but like I kind of deal with them, right? But when it comes to the spiders, no, not a hope of it, lads. We can't be dealing with this at all. So she dispatched them, thankfully enough, and now we're once again in a safe environment. People always say, yeah, spiders, it's the sign of a, you know, a dry house.
Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Listen, right? I mean, Jesus, though, right? I'm not a fan of them at all. I wouldn't say I've arachnophobia. Not really. Although watching that movie when I was just a child had a detrimental impact on my upbringing. You know, the scene with the popcorn. No, not able for that at all. What were they doing? No, you're grand, thanks. See Spider-Man, do you? Yeah, no, thanks, you're grand. I'm Batman. That's better. That other friggin' weirdo running around. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce and wolfy. Happy Monday, my guy. Chalks Ram was aboard. CP65, good evening. Vacuum is in the house. Lenny Bobbins, hello. Malky Mac, a very good evening to you. Super Typhon, I'll read it as he spelt it. Top of the morning. Welcome aboard, Super Ty. She who stands, lives and breathes, ups and down. It's Mrs. TBHI. Welcome aboard. Fiber Strike is here, cheering for the Toffees today. Don't mention football. Unless there's one hop and one solo, it's not football, you know. Or unless there's like rugby. Rugby's grand, but like, 98 Vulcan, good to see you, buddy. Devil Dude is here. Retriever Neil, happy Monday. Shuffle Shoes, shovels in. AJH, hope you're well. Sir Campsalot, my dude, hope you're well, man. Shut says, good evening, folks. I can't wait to explore the beautiful Isle of Ireland. Yes, it's beautiful. It took us all year to build it, do you know. Eamon 1973, good evening. Devil Dude is here. Hermit something, a very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well, my guy. Who else come in the door? Gar Gaming, hello from Galway. Hello from Tipperary, you're looking well. Who else come in there now? Not much to lose, those hyper streaks. 3 streams in a row, though. Super Ty, thank you very much indeed. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Happy Monday. Sunjammer, good to see you. Commander Balosh, welcome in. Mac Vision is here. Heisenberg, he says, evening folks. Murph, sorry I missed yesterday. Family stuff. You need never apologise, Heisenberg. It's when you're here, it's great. When you're not, we miss you. But that's it. Never make apologies, my guy. Jamaumu is here. Welcome aboard. McManser, welcome in. Vacuum, he says, now there's a novelty. 3 in a row, right? You wouldn't know when I stream, lads. It could happen, you know. Like the wind. Creo, very good evening to you. Mr. Minimite is here. Daddy Plump, good evening. Filthy is in the house. Tarnish Mossman, happy Monday. Hope all is well. APU Inspector rambles in. Devil Dude, let's go. Ozzy Mandius, good evening. Muse Fan bursts in the door with an air guitar saying how he is his mad jokes. Happy Monday. Muse, how's the farming? Norse Viking, welcome in. Steiny is here. Good to see you, my guy. Myself and Steiny are working on some science, but I'm after looking into it more, Steiny. I don't think it's on our side. You know what I mean? It's on the other side. Hello from the other side. Right, it's on the other side. But yes, ambience, that's the one. Don't forget for Larry. Plasticus Fecus. Brilliant, isn't it? Welcome in, Larry. Flyer10, good evening. It's a good job it's plastic. Yeah. Yesterday's flight was stunning, says Toombs. It was a lot of fun, really was. The only man to kill a fake plant. Right. Viper Strike, thank you for your 7 in a row, my guy. Where's this now? They're done in the style of Murph's hair. Tough L crowd tonight, isn't it? Jesus. Vincey, good evening. 2 minutes 30 seconds. That's the limit, so good man, Neil. We'll keep it under 2.5 minutes. Super Ty says all the beer burps would have shagged them if they were real. What? Nace is here. Lurkage for me today, practicing for tomorrow. Oh, the thing with the yoke. Yes. Martin, Kerry Aviation. Good to see you, Martin. Hope you're well, my guy. And of course, I always say it because, well, his Instagram is only fantastic. Lads, you need to check out Martin's Instagram page. It's phenomenal photographs on that. Great to see you, Martin. Hope you're well. Pick it up and throw it at you. No, Shotzi, you mad. CP says, I have family coming tomorrow, so I probably won't be around much the rest of the week. That's quite okay. We'll miss you. Let me see now. I had a spider walk past me head on me wall, and I usually jar them and window them because I have a jar. No, you're sending the wrong message, Super Typhon. You see, then they think it's okay to amble throughout your house. You need to draw a line and say, you this far, no further, right? And they go back and tell all the other spiders, hey, listen, don't go in there. Yeah. That's the spider committee, do you know? Ox is here. He can't even say the word, right? I feel sorry for the spider. Wait, what? Spiders are small, cure creatures. Cure or cute? That was me as well. My grandpa from last night to blame for that. Uh-oh. Yes, you have arachnophobia along with 99.5% of chat. I'm probably the only non-arachnophobe here. Super Ty, well done. You shall be the guardian from spiders. Yes, it's a task now not to be, lightly thought of. With great power comes great responsibility. We need a spider-free zone. Yes, it's very important. 98 Vulcan says, I won't be around too long this week. This evening, I'm in the middle of fixing a car footwell. There was a water leak, and I think it will be the death of me. No mechanic or panel beater wants to touch it for some reason. 98 Vulcan, Skoda. Right? I mean, if you can find one, you won't have that issue. Right? But the best of luck with it. Pieman Jim, good to see you. One Fly Air is here. Hermit says, for the most part, spiders are eating those other critters that you might not see. But they don't know about it. Jesus. Try to go Jacksepticeye for a change. Wait, what? Professor Siege, good evening. What did Jacksepticeye do? Try the mic, howdy. Idle cutoff, just loitering from Cambridge. Hello from Tipperary, hope you're well. We cannot mention golf. Irish lads brought it home. Oh, Jesus. I thought I would have got away without mentioning the golf. But yes, Resonate, welcome aboard. Stu Snape, welcome in. Velo is here. 'Tis good, just waiting on the winter barley. Should be ready in June. Sure, you know how it is. Ah, brilliant. Could you imagine now when you go down to the pub, though, right? Sure, listen, just waiting now on the old winter barley. Oh, yes, that's right, yeah. If only they knew. Yeah, right, brilliant. Defiant Prawn is here, good to see you. Grimmy McGinn, welcome in. Flying tonight, Sim is back. Me is flying tonight again. You beauty. Great news, man. The virtual skies have not been the same without you. Norse Viking loves spiders. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Wombi is here. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Where's the Spider Patrol? It is. Yep, 100%. Hayden UK is in the house. Good to see you, Hayden. Hope you're well, my guy. Photos by Kev is here. Good evening, Murph and Smurfettes. Yes, good evening. Love the video, Kev, with all the setting up of the setup. Friggin' awesome. Did you do anything with those Elgato profiles yet? Rory telling the crowd to shut up yet? Yeah, what's up, lads, will you? And they all booing him. Yeah, now with that garden. He was right to tell him to shut up. But anyway, right, we're over here, look. Quick hello to our folks who joined us here this evening on YouTube. You're very welcome in. Kubi, good evening and happy Monday to you. Angels15 is here. Visualize, good to see you. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you. Space Tech Aviation, hello. Falconer is here. Black Sheep Jean says, happy Monday. Welcome in, Jane. Nick Clements is here. Johnny Shue, hello from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well, my guy. Sourdough Man is here. Michael Sweeney, good to see you, Mike. He says, well done yesterday. Great stuff. Well researched. Thank you very, very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed it. JP is here. Hope you're well. Ed, good to see you. Will, 1985. A very good evening to you, Will. Ragged Donkey, welcome aboard. He says, good evening from Kerry. Put the kettle on there now, is a good man. Let me see now. Is it... Jesus. Is it Evanio? Evanio? Or Evanio? Welcome in. You're very welcome in. I butchered your name and I apologise. Zero Value Live, great name. Please talk about yourself. Wait, what? Who? PGM is here. Duffman. All right, welcome aboard. There's a sticky pad on a pole you can buy to kill spiders and other weird things. A sticky pad on a pole, you say? Flight Sim Max is here. Good to see you. Norcal... I can never pronounce Norcal Sar. Norcal Sar is here, lads. Good to see you. Jeff, good to see you, my guy. Sumner, you're looking well, buddy. You're looking well. We got it right. Brilliant. Great news. Max Stallion is here. Tenured. Good to see you. If you don't like spiders, then don't go to Australia or Brazil. 2 countries I have yet to visit and possibly won't. Right. Where's this now? Velo says Adair is only a few miles across the river from Shannon. That'll be hosting the Ryder Cup in 2027. Oh, Jesus, think of the traffic, right? Using the G1000 on the stream deck, but still trying to remember what the hell I use for the camera views because Motion Rigs and Toby are bad companions. Yes. Olsen, good to see you. I hope you're well. And Nighthawk is here. Question of the day is, what is Mrs. TBHI really flying? Ooh. Malky says, sure, giving Murph a pole to stab a small, quick-moving critters. I can't see that going wrong. Yeah. A dare is shocking on a normal day, isn't it? The Impossible Face, a very good evening to you. Hope you're well. Right, that took precisely 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Well done, lads. We're absolutely flying it. There's things happening, look. Out here in the suburbs. Is out there in the suburbs. Welcome in. So, Jesus, there was all sorts of buttons going on there. Did you see that? Right, now, let's see. Now, move that into place. Does your mic do that as well? Maybe it's just me. Bit of sound is turned on here now, lads. Yes. I eventually managed to get my DC-3 down after engine troubles last night. Cracking flight. It was so good. 22 minutes. What are you talking about? Let me see. Black Cobra, good to see you. Microsoft Flight Sim is now also coming to PlayStation 5. I'm curious. Yes, absolutely. It's great news. We're all curious. We want to know how it'll be, but it might, it might start off a little bit rough around the edges. Right, but I imagine it'll be good. Toto is here. Chris Van Halen, welcome aboard. Welcome in, everybody. A very happy Monday. And, well, let us get ourselves up and running. So, we're here in the Accu-Sim Aerostar, the Aerostar 600. And what it is we're going to do here now as I press the buttons, as Jody Doc, by the way. Jody, thank you very much indeed for 11 months, Jody. What a legend. Cheers, man. Right, so we're going to bring up some Navigraph and let's have a look at our route. So we're starting up the road here in Shannon, Echo India November, and we're going to make our way down kind of Newcastle West neck of the woods, down towards Castle Island. And we have our first landing scheduled at Farranfore, which is Kerry International Airport. Then, from Kerry, we're going to ramble down towards the Killarney Lakes. Absolutely beautiful. And then we're going to hang a right, and we're going to be flying over, or, close to Carrauntoohil. Now, Carrauntoohil, of course, the largest mountain in Ireland. From Carrauntoohil, we're going to turn right up over Glen Bay, and from there, we're going to go straight across to a place called Castle Gregory, which we've been on vacation down here loads of times. It's stunning. Then we're going to come across Connor's, is it Connor's Pass or Connor Pass, isn't it? This road here, I think it's Connor's Pass. We're going to come over this neck of the woods here, which is mad. Then it's down into Dingle, out by the peninsula, right? And from Dingle, we're going to cut back across. We're going to head down in and around Carsiveen, and from there it's out then over to Caherdaniel, and from Caherdaniel we'll ramble back in up to Kenmare, back in then towards the Killarney Lakes, and our second stop is going to be back into Kerry. Then from Kerry we do a last ramble up towards Shannon. We'll see how we go for time. We might probably go out maybe Ballybunion neck of the woods, Lisdoon Varna, and then kind of, wait now, where's Lisdoon? That's up there now. Ballybunion Talbot, I'm thinking, because there is a ferry between Talbot and here Killimer. There's a little car ferry you can get, and there's a big power station out here, and then we could fly in the Shannon estuary, and of course this is all beautiful. And would you believe it, the Shannon estuary back in the late 20s and early 30s, well, this was the flying boat base that was bringing the likes of the Boeing Clipper from Pan Am into Ireland, and Foynes was the mad place. It's great for VFR flying, provided you have the weather, because we have a lot of visual reference points all the way up this neck of the woods. This area here, this is called Ohanish Alumina. Aluminium or aluminum, and well, that's what they make there. But you'll see, even from the satellite maps that we have here, the colours, you can see them from miles away, so there's some great visual reference points. We can ramble up probably around Kildysart as well as we come back in. Then you've Coney Island as well out here, but it should be a nice flight. It's a nice VFR flight as we ramble in and around Shannon. Now the winds are favouring runway 24 for our departure. And, well, Shannon, we shouldn't have any worry about the sizes of the runway, because it's massive. Shannon has a massive runway. It was once, would you believe, a backup site for the space shuttle, would you believe. And now you need to play a song about Listen Varna. Right? Cornwolf, good to see you, man. I didn't check that thing today. I will tomorrow, though. Medic24 Live, good to see you. Look at your man on the screen looking so distinguished. Well, thank you very much indeed. Hope you're well, buddy. Jack Wings, good to see you, Jack. Happy Monday. So this is our aircraft for today, and as I said, A2A, I mean, they already kind of graced, the Microsoft Flight Sim the 2020 with the Comanche, the Accu-Sim Comanche, and it was their new Accu-Sim 2.0, completely rebuilt. I mean, they were a long time quiet when it came to the new release of the sim, but they were busy. And the good news is, well, Accu-Sim is working just fine in Flight Sim 2024. They've made a couple of small little updates here and there, and this then is their second aircraft on the way. Their second aircraft, and I'm very much looking forward to flying this. This airplane, made famous of course by the movie American Made, incredible design was the Aerostar. It started off as its own venture, and then it was eventually bought out by Piper. But the details that we have on the aircraft, even in this early access state, well, it's very striking and it is stunning. Do you know what I mean? Federico, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. The dirt and grime, Jesus, the dirt and grime and stuff that will accumulate and be saved to your airframe. But well, thankfully we have a way of removing that if you wish. There's a little button inside that we can clean the aircraft. But I'm happy enough the way things are now. We'll give it an L wash maybe after today's flight. We'll see how much it kind of accumulates. Do you know what I mean? So with that said, we're going to jump inside and we're going to get the aircraft prepped and ready for our departure. So inside, before we go, we have a number of aircraft all around us. We're live on the Southeast Asian server. I'll also fire up some JoinFS as well. Didn't like that. Unable to find a substitute for a key. That's okay. I've probably uninstalled half my stuff. In terms of weather, it's live weather and the time of day is 13, well, it should now be about 15:30. The clock is still shagged. So it's about 3:30 local time. Oh no, about... What time did I set it to? The sim is misbehaving. Uh-oh. It's about 2:30 local time, lads. About 2:30, give or take. All right? So before we do anything else, we'll go and bring our tablet in. This is shagged. Houston, we have a problem because none of my controls are working. That's a new one. Hang on now. Don't panic. All is not well in the realm. Let's have a look. I wonder if there's some disconnect. Mongoose, let's have a look. Yes, they're set. Double check. Okay, throttles won't work at all. The joystick? Okay, everything's completely and utterly shagged. Let's have a look. Let's not panic. Ah, interior error, code wasn't stopped. You're absolutely joking me. Well, I suppose it is early access. Fly over Kilkenny Castle, says Tripod Cots. We're not up that neck of the woods, but we'll do it soon for you. We'll do it soon. Right, there's the sim having a moment, and hopefully this will undo the moment that the sim is having. Let's just jump in here and let's see what's happening. Wasm has just turned on. We have our flight controls and all is looking well again. Jesus, that was odd, wasn't it? A Wasm crashed with A2A. That's strange. I must tell the lads. Right, quick check on things. So wheel chocks, pitot covers, we'll turn those on. We want to physically go around and check the aircraft before we go. Fuel and payload, we're looking good there. And then the maintenance area, we're not too concerned. So we're going to jump out quickly. I want to make sure now that everything is turned on that we need on. Right. Let's see here now. So we're looking good there. Yeah. Okay. So from the exterior of the aircraft, we can go up now and start inspecting things. So there's dirt and grime and stuff on the machine itself, but that's to be expected because since we last flew it, you see. And well, we have check for oil on both engines, right? Go back up open there now, Josephine. So if you're familiar with the Accu-Sim stuff, right? Just under 9 quarts. If you're familiar with the Accu-Sim stuff, it's a living, breathing airplane. That's what they use with this thing, right? So the likes of wear and tear, the likes of, you know, the usage of oil, all that kind of jazz, well, it's very, very much alive and kicking, right? Which is deadly. So the fuel, we've already checked the fuel, but we'll just double check in here to make sure we can see in. Yeah, we can see the fuel there. We should be okay. So every component of the aircraft is modelled. Although it is a little bit glitchy. She's a little bit glitchy tonight, but sure, we'll see what happens. Into the fuselage tank. Yeah, there's fuel in there. That's okay. Then we have our baggage compartment. We'll have a quick look in here. That's grand. Now we can load in our own baggage if we wish, but we'll leave it sit as is. Now the fuel drain ports, well, they're located underneath. We have 3 of them, right? So if we go for one side, and what we're looking for here is any water on the fuel. So first one is okay. Go to the next one. Drag him across. There you go. That's looking good. I'm gonna check the last one. Okay, so our fuel is good. So those 3 points are where you're able to check your fuel for any water contamination. All right. So moving down towards the appanage of the aircraft. Go ahead and remove the tie down, and we can look at all the control surfaces here. You can move the control surfaces, including that of the trim flaps. You can do the same with the ailerons. We can do the elevator here and the rudder. So that's all looking grand. We do have a light on here at the very, very back, which we can test that, and we continue on. We can remove the right side shock, and tire condition, all that jazz is looking good. Flaps are locked, that's what we want. Ailerons, they're okay. We can see the yoke moving inside. Again, we have the tanks over on the right side. What do I use for sims or for views in the sim? Default or chase? A bit of everything. P.S. Miranda is good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. I use a bit of everything. Like I usually use custom views. And then, you know, if you're flying exterior, it's just whatever the default exterior ones are. You know what I mean? One thing I will say about the walk around mode, there's no way to zoom the camera in. I think that's a critical thing that they need to add. Like, it's a feature that needs to be added. You currently have no way to zoom in. So it depends on how well together an aircraft is. You could struggle with that. You know what I mean? Right, so from the exterior, I am having Jesus. Look at that, lads. Look at that. We almost forgot the friggin' pitot tube. That would have been hilarious. Yoink. And now we're good to go. That could have been brilliant, right? Could have been brilliant. Ooh, right, now jump in there now and say nothing. Right. So, we shall get ourselves started by not pressing that button. Press the wrong button. Up here, look. You big idiot. Now. That'll close everything down, and now we can get into the aircraft proper itself. So let me see. Battery master switch coming on. We can also turn on our beacon and our nav lights. All right. And what else do we have here now? We're going to put our prop levers full, and we're going to start priming this engine and getting everything ready to rock. That's what we need to do, right? How do you reach the pitot tube in the real world? It tends to have a longer flag in it, and it's a, you know. I need to ask that actually, because it is very, isn't it? Like the height of you standing would just be about here. So yeah, that's a good one actually. Let me see. Lewis, good to see you. It takes a while to start when it's cold. Is that normal? That's normal. This is not the easiest of machines to start up. So we're going to concentrate on the right hand side. So we're going to go ahead and put the mixture on full rich. Booster pump coming on. And as we're looking at our fuel here, this is how we're going to try and prime it. So we're going to open up throttle, close the throttle, open the throttle, close the throttle, and then booster pump off. Mags, right, left, both. Is there anything now I'm forgetting? Let us see. I don't think so, lads. I don't think so. So we're going to open up the throttle a little bit, and hopefully she'll fire on this start. Are we ready? Well, we better say clear prop. Clear prop! And hopefully she fires. Come on, Betsy. A bit more oomph. There she fires. Okay, that sounds like a good start. Lower the RPM a small bit. Bring out some of the mixture. Not to be cooking away on the on our spark plugs. Continue and repeat for the left side. A little bit of primer action going on here on the left. Now we'll come down here and it's going to be the same story. It's going to be right, left, both. We'll say clear prop again, and we'll go for the right side. Left side rather. Button smurf. There she fires. Alrighty, so we've got a good start on both engines. Let all that calm down. Go ahead and fire up those alternators, recharge the battery in case we need it. We're looking good here. Let me see, auxiliary pump. Probably don't need it, we'll leave it on for the moment. Cross-feed systems for the fuel, again, don't need that just yet. Let the engines warm up here now as we're firing things on. Avionics master switch can be turned on as well. Speed race, yeah, well we already said clear prop. But yeah, the poor old devil, God love them. Get some lights on here as well. Avionics coming online, and our flaps are in the neutral position. Circuit breakers and all that are already in. Air conditioning, let me see. Get the blower on, fan on, and the rest of it here is looking good. We will step that. We're going to reset our barrow, reset our direction indicator, and we'll be putting this to our runway heading once we get going. Martel, good to see you, buddy. Rest in peace to the other engineer, got the top or the head. We did you not hear us say clear prop? No? Poor old Dibble speed race. Poor old Dibble. But yeah, the simulated horror. Anyway, let's just have a look. Fuel boosters, leave them alone. That's all good. That's all good. Strobe lights, worry about that in a minute. Cabin light we can turn on. Pedos, probably don't need them just yet. We'll get into our avionics here. So we're going to go say Shannon to Shannon. And we'll have some en route destinations as well. So it's going to be Kerry for our first stop. And then we're pretty much VF4 after that. So we're not too worried. We're not too worried. Not the second prop. Yeah, alright. Autopilot, leave it alone. Nav, auto trim will be turned on. Go ahead and check our annunciator panel. Usually you press and hold these, and then when it turns off, then you'll see what the crack is. The autopilot in this machine, not what you're probably used to, but we'll worry about that in a moment. We'll squawk 7000, which is our VF4 for this neck of the woods. And we'll go ahead and put on our taxi light. And the rest, I'd say, we're looking good. So we'll do a quick flight controls test. Controls are free and correct. Lovely hurdling. And it's going to be a taxi then to runway... where do we say we're going in, Shannon? A taxi to runway... what was the wind? 2-4 was it? Shannon. Weather. Winds 1/6 of the 0. So it'll be on the deltas, and then it's out over Foynes neck of the woods. Lovely. That'll do. Alright, so off the brakes. Your Sim CFI, good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Is the autopilot much the same as the Duke? Little bit different. You've been calling for Betsy a lot lately. Jemima is going to get jealous. Poor old Jemima. Look at that King Air there, look. Jesus. Right. Let's see what we're going to do here, friends. So, as we taxi along, DME is up. Flaps, to worry about those when we go for takeoff. And, well, the weather is very pretty here at the moment. This is stunning. Easy now. The brightness of the lights. Hi, Mark, good to see you. Hope you're well. Man, this is a great machine, isn't it? Alright, watch your speed here. And, as I said, we're going to be taxiing up in the deltas here as we move up and along. So we shall take our time. Take our time, lads. That's what it's all about. Easy now. So Hotel 1 and then Delta 2. Hey, we got a good few folks here with us. So a nice, just a nice VF4 flight. I can't stop talking because I'm a human being. Who, me? Who's talking? Who's not talking? There's Rex in the A400. Mahoosive machine, that. So our barrow is reset. Magnetic compass is all aligned. That's looking good. Easy now. We shall take our time. Flying Diggs is here. Good to see you, buddy. Simrig is packed. Shipped from Qatar back to the US. Should be back in the air with you guys by 2028. Oh no! Hope you're well, buddy. It was a little dirty. Can I wash it? You can wash it. Yes. Excellent. Jeez, look at the weather. This is live weather. That's mad, isn't it? Well, it's live weather from earlier on. Can't use the cheaty Logitech autopilot panel for altitudes. Can you not? Be careful for Ryanair doing circuit practice to Shannon, right? I'd be a right turn here, lads. Murphy just went black. What happened? Happy travels. Forever Rodriguez, thank you very much. Alright, easy now. It's a phenomenal machine. Hey Mosh, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, let's have a look at the old engine visualizer as we're moving along here. So let us look at maintenance. 1 and 2. Oh, looking good. What plane is this? Asks Lewis. This is the Accu-Sim Aerostar. If you ever watched the movie American Made, that's the machine. It's a phenomenally good aircraft. It's in early access at the moment from A2A, just while they're waiting to get the last finishes put in, but it'll be on the way soon. Butley, thank you very much indeed. 28 months, man. Cheers. What a legend. PS Miranda says, Murph, I was looking into the GTN 750 two companies. You have the PMS 50, also the TDN. It looks like PMS 50 has more compatible aircraft. Any recommendations? So in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I prefer the PMS 50 because it has other bells and whistles, like an autopilot, and they're all compatible. They're all compatible. Because some aircraft will put them straight into the panel for you, but there's always going to be your top menu button that you can press, and it'll work just fine. So the TDS one, that follows Garmin strictly. You have to download the Garmin trainers for it. The great news is though, you can update all the Navigraph, or update the nav data with Navigraph, which is class. Do you know what I mean? I hear the sound. It's a unique looking thing. Yeah, it's a cool looking thing, isn't it? Piper's here, can see you. Ah, how are you? How was your day? The young fella's back. Jays, look at the queue here, right? We're queuing in number 18. Cannot exit aircraft. Oh, don't give me that stuff again. Is this going to want to try and do this every time we try and do a maneuver? Do the instrument needles have friction on this? Not really. You can't tap them, like, you know. Tuscan says, I wish I knew what you guys are talking about, but it's nice to be here. I tend to talk just kind of waffle most of the time, do you know? But yeah. Okay, what is causing this? Remember we had this issue before, or did we put that down to a bug in the sim? Interesting. Virtue Sim, good to see you, buddy. Right, we're waiting for everyone here to... right, lads, when is it ready? Mush. We'll do a quick run-up while we're sitting there. Otherwise, we're just wasting time. So go ahead and get our mixture full rich. In the RPM up. And we'll go ahead and check the left engine first. Oh, you get your devil. Alright, we'll hold there. So we're on both mags. Go to the left mag first. There's a drop of about 50 or so, back to both. Do the same on the right. There's a drop to 50, and it's smooth, back to both. Left mag, same crack again. Left engine, left mag. There's the drop, back to both. Left engine, right mag. There's the drop, back to both. We'll cycle the prop. First one out, RPM drops. Bring it back to both. Second one, manifold pressure increases, and our third one should be our fuel flow will drop as well. Excelente, we're looking good. Quick check then on our electrics before we go. So on our animator, we're going to be looking at the amps drop. So if we drop off the right alternator, takes the load. Right alternator is dead, left takes the load. Right alternator back on, left drops. Got the left alternator. Left alternator off, amps drop, check the right side takes the load, and back to both. Right, we're looking good here. Quick check under, good, and good. Okay, I think we're looking good. Go ahead and get landing strobes, and we'll set ourselves for 10 degrees flaps. So flaps coming down, hold, That'll do her. All right. And we're starting to steam up in the cabin, look. Need to get some vents open here. So our air vents, let's have a look. Air. We can't be having that go off. Let me see, get some air going on there. And keep the fan on low with the blower. Right, let's see what happens. Fraud Hammer, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Any reviews yet on the YS11? We're gonna fly it on Friday night, which is the thing. Belthorian is here, good to see you. I thought it was an assigned button causing it. I've no idea. It's the same on the power level. I've no button bound to that. So, I don't know what it is, man. Anyone else having that issue? No? Shannon, welcome in, buddy. It's a bug then? Yeah, I don't know. Right, lads, when you're ready, clogging up the whole freaking airfield. Come on, mush! I wonder what it is. There's some sort of a conflict somewhere. Like, if I go through my controls, it could be friggin' anything, right? So we're looking for the command name, aren't we? Take control of character, right? So that's what it's called. So we now need to go into this and type in take control. That was a strange sound. Anything on the mongoose? Nothing on the warbird. Did I lock the door? Door's locked. Very strange, isn't it? Cannot exit the aircraft. Anyone else having that issue? No. Jesus, that's like proper loud. Hang on now. Hang on now. Solve that problem first and foremost. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Easy now. Whoa, things are happening. Jesus. Flying Diggs, did you just see what he did? He just gifted 20 memberships over on YouTube. 20. Flying Diggs, the absolute mad lad. Did you just see what he did, lads? Flying Diggs on YouTube has gifted 20 memberships. That is absolutely insane support. Flying Diggs, thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Jesus, lads, did you see what he did? 20 of them. If you just got a gifted membership on YouTube with thanks to the legend that is Flying Diggs, do be sure to say thank you. What a legend. That's unbelievable. Diggs, thank you very, very much indeed for your kindness. Jesus, man, that's unbelievable. The man's a legend. Right. Mixture Ridge, that's looking good, that's looking good. Let's get airborne so this thing like stops giving out to us. Are we ready? Power coming in, off the brakes. Let's go flying. Here's 60. There's 80. 90, you upsy daisy. Aircraft must be, that's going to be a bit of a headache. Positive rate of climb, and we're indicating the climb. A little bit of wind to contend with here. We'll go gear up. Easy now. 120. Gear indicates up. Flaps coming in. Flaps are in. Bit of trim. Ease off the RPM. Easy. Alrighty. Nice clean departure. Model matching. I'm in an A400, really. Could be worse. It could actually let you out the aircraft at 8,000 feet. Well, there's that. Yes, there is that. 100%. Why are there planes at the active runway? Lewis, it's all multiplayer, man. Don't be worrying about stuff like that. Jesus. We've enough to be worrying in the world about accuracy when it comes to this. Dublas, welcome in. How is it day here? Because we have the power of the gods, both the old and the new, in which we can make our own weather. So we are using live weather, but I brought the time of day back early because, well, sure, you're going to see nothing if it's night time. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Balthorian, thank you very much, buddy. Cheers, man. Right. How are we looking? But there's a ton of jets somewhere. Oh man, look at that. That is pretty nice. That is pretty. Right, friends, what we're going to do, if you're on the Xbox, go ahead and press 1. PC Pilots, press 2. If you're using JoinFS or Skynet, you press 3. And for everyone else, it's number 4. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream Monday to Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. We do see a wild wombat at our 7 o'clock position, or, well, about 7:45. Come on, wombat! Great to see you, man! All right. So, altitude-wise, we're probably a little bit high now. We'll just circle around, Shannon, just to make sure that everyone's gotten off the ground. And then we will start following down our magenta line. So we are a little bit high, so we're going to ease off the power a little bit. And we'll start settling into a cruise. Now, we can use our autopilot for this as well. We're going to stick it on heading mode. And let me see here now. So we're going to say altitude hold. Actually, not yet. Get the altitude down there, Murph. So we will say heading. Give it a moment now as we turn left. Is this Flight Sim 2024? Never seen this online stuff. Yeah, it is, Lewis. Yeah, it's really good. CTP Gaming, good to see you, buddy. A bit all-inclusive. Nice. Off topic, but the knockoff ADDC. That's the beauty of you know, copyright and the jazz. So the music I use is licensed by Epidemic Sounds. If you're on Twitch, you might get other sounds, but definitely here on YouTube we have these sounds, you know. Speed Race, yeah, we'll do a turn now in a bit, buddy. Energizer, good to see you. Someone forgot the heater is freezing, I'm telling you. Although we're not too bad. What sort of weather are you getting? Is that Energizer down there, is it? No, Aviano. Wombat, it's great to see you. The man's a legend. Starbug is there. Christopher's with us. Mike Fear is inverted. Bio Games is there. Grimmy, Mr. TPHI, Daddy Plum, Jungly, Helicopter, Flight Sim Max, Cosy Archer, Velo, Olsen is there. Dublin 18, Ryder, Corsair, Your Mama, Sunjammer is with us as well. So we'll continue on this bit of a left turn. That's Ohanish Illumina there in front of us. See with the red, orangey kind of colour. So we're just going to ease off the power here a little bit and just get down to a lower altitude for the moment. We don't need anything kind of drastic as we're heading on towards Kerry here. Easy does it. So keep an eye on our temperatures and pressures. Our RPM is a little bit high at the moment, but we'll keep it there as we're just kind of bringing the power back as we're dropping a bit of altitude. This is a very, very powerful airplane. The Aerostar, I mean, this thing held a record for years. It was the fastest general aviation twin for years. 9 degrees, Jesus. Stephen, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Daniel is here. Don't live too far away from Arnhem. We'll definitely pay a visit to the bridges and the museum. Oh, nice. Nice. But yeah, absolutely class. Right, okay, so let's have a look here. Let's sync our heading. Up there you go, right? And we're going to drop to about 3,000 feet. Then we can lock everything in with our autopilot, and we'll see how we get on there, right? It climbs like a rocket, really does. Damo, good to see you. How are you, Merv? Greetings from Kilkenny, beside the castle. Great to see you fly over it. I find Flight Sim 2024 very glitchy on Xbox. On Xbox can be. Is that the Xbox S or the X? I think the X kind of has the has slightly better performance. Right, get ourselves back up to 3,000. We actually have a bit of high pressure here, which is nice. That's what the weather is looking kind of nice. So just using a small bit of trim just to level off the controls for us here. Now autopilot, we can go ahead and turn the master on. Master on. Heading and attitude. Let's see what we can do with the attitude here. So let's just find 3,000 and we'll lock that in directly, right? So we're going to say altitude hold. So we'll go altitude mode and autopilot can now engage. And that's us sitting on our heading mode. Super duper. So the rest of the job then, we're going to bring back up our manifold pressure. And let's get these engines synced up nicely. So we're going to call it 22, which is fairly high up the scale. Let's go about 2100. Call it 21, RPM coming down. 24, 23, I reckon 22 would be perfect. So we'll go 22 and 22. So we're 22 squared. Dennis C, the absolute legend, look what he did. He says, you should try a flight in Eastern Canada in the fall. Absolutely stunning. We absolutely will, Dennis. And thank you so very much indeed for your super chat. Did you see what they're doing? Madness. Thank you very, very much indeed, Dennis. Very kind of you, dude. George Foley, good to see you, George. He goes, you're the most quintessential Irish broadcasting voice, if that makes sense. I don't know. Tijuana to Acapulco. Acapulco. Jeez, that sounds lovely, Lauren. We'll have to do that someday, absolutely. It's the S, unfortunately, but look, it's workable. But I find myself going back to the other one. Yeah. Damo, yeah, listen, I hear you, man. I absolutely hear you. Right, let us see here now. EGT, let's just configure our engine so they're running tickety-boo. You know what I mean? So we'll lower this guy a smidgen, lower that guy a smidgen, but only a smidgen. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Fuel flow is a little bit high, but we're not, you know, we're not exactly carrying altitude with us, so there's that. Do you know what I mean? But amazing support on YouTube tonight, lads. Thank you very, very much indeed. I very much appreciate it. And as I said, look, it's with these group flights, you know, not for a second, you know, I am not the authoritative voice on how to fly. You know, I've many hours on flight sims, and you know, this to me it's a hobby, not necessarily a discipline. I do have some real world experience, but like for me, I like figuring out where the edges of add-ons are, be that maybe with the failure systems or with the systems in general. Engine management, that's something that Accu-Sim absolutely nail, and the flight characteristics as well. Black Square do awesome work as well, as does IndyBuilds on the latest aircraft. Even Carrauntoohil are coming up there now as well. So the speed we're doing indicated is about 190 knots, about 174 over the ground, because we've 26 knots of a headwind blowing against us right now. And if we zoom out here now, we're actually heading directly for Kerry. and we're going to be doing a quick stop into Kerry, and then we're going to ramble on out towards the lakes and so on and so far, or so on. Was it so on? Yeah, I can't talk tonight. I'm in a hoop. I've been put off by all the madness of donations and memberships and all the jazz. These are nuts. Regan, good to see it. Is it possible to do shared cockpit in multiplayer on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Not natively, right? Not officially. The sim doesn't allow for it yet. It is something they'll do though. Wombat, good to see you, man. Nyong. There is a program if you're on the PC called Your Controls, and some aircraft work quite well using a shared cockpit environment. Myself and Gibbo did it ages ago, and yeah, it was brilliant. One can look after the radios, one does the flight. Mahi asks, what about crashes? Now, like, there's no, well, again, natively, there's no crash physics, right? There's an add-on that you know, it'll put sparks and fires and all this kind of stuff, but like in terms of like modeled damage and, you know, crumple zones, no. But you're not really going to get a flight sim doing that. You know, over in X-Plane, yeah, they do have crash physics, but again, it's relatively similar, right? Relatively similar. Kyle, good to see you. Have you ever flown across the Shetlands to the Faroe Islands? We have, and it's awesome. Gibbo says, I was brilliant. Gibbo, we were both equally brilliant, you know. But yeah, we'll have to do that again. Do you know that? Damo says, I have the PC there, but I need to upgrade the graphics card to get 2024 to run without or with Unreal graphics. All in good time. Hard at the moment with St. Nick. Yeah, only around the corner. With 3 small ones. Yeah, that'll do it. 100%. What do you mean I was tolerable? I was friggin' brilliant. Can you add crash mods? You kind of can, but as I said, they won't do an awful lot. You won't necessarily, like, some aircraft actually have damage modeled in them. Things like the propellers can, you know, they'll bend out of shape, or the landing gear can collapse, right? But by and large, like, you're not going to see, like, you know, mad explosions or bits of wings flying off. You know what I mean? Not that sort of rodeo. Hi man Jim, good to see you. What are the Aerostar GPS options? Does it have a 530 and 430? Yes. So we have a lot of options when it comes to this machine. If we were to go in and look at our GPS options, we can fly it with no GPS. We can use the 430 and 530 from Asobo, or indeed you can use your GTNs. So we have a lot of options when it comes to GPS of this aircraft. How to operate the autopilot, on the other hand, is nuts. What is it? Is it a Century? Yeah, it's a Century 4, right? So this autopilot, it does not behave like you would expect most autopilots to do, because it has this kind of a weird kind of GPSS, and then you have heading mode. Now I use it more in heading mode, right? On the GPSS side, it's a way of kind of locking the target. It'll track it. Locking your course. It tracks the course, and then you feed it the next course. Turn to course, and then it'll hold it after that. It doesn't necessarily auto hunt. It's a very unique autopilot, and it's old, but it's very good. FMJ, good to see you. Murph, are you in the beta? No, this is Sim Update 3, and we're on the Southeast Asian server. If you'd like to join us. I wish there was a way to disable the auto respawn after a crash. If I make a mistake and crash, I want a black screen like we got in 2020. Problem with that, Belthorian, is sometimes the sim doesn't, you know, behave terribly well, and it'll crash. So I'd rather the option not to. Like, if you crash and hit the ground, it's up to you. You can say, oh, I died, or you can just bounce off it. You know what I mean? Kill Switch is here. Good to see you, buddy. Does Murphy only like pineapple on pizza because the tops of pineapples look a bit like Murph's new haircut? Damon, will you shag off, will you? You are tolerable. Hey, Rambog Mord is here. Good to see you, Rambog. Hope you're well, buddy. Let me see here now. Same, looking forward to the 8th of December. Yeah, for PlayStation, it's going to be awesome. Irish Lano, hopefully it runs good. Yeah, dude. I actually got a PS5 Pro just to beta test the sim. I want to see where it's at and, you know, pass on some feedback and stuff, you know. Damo says, I love how you explain everything. You're very detailed, Murph. Some just fly with no explanation, which is boring. Listen, My problem is I don't shut up. Right? Tell that fella to stop talking. Sounds like they're cancelling Cross the Pond and Vatsim next month. What? Velo, really? Why is that? I've heard that it's better to ask for permission, so if I tell me wife I bought 2024 because of you, will that be okay? No. Never ask for permission. Always look for forgiveness. Never ask for permission. Always ask for forgiveness. It's easier, right? Century 4 is the same as fitted in the Duke. Yeah, I think the Duke has a Century 4, yeah. I don't think I'll be using the same on the 8 of the 12s, says Schutz. I'm very interested to hear what they're like. There's a dev update coming out soon. It's going to be very interesting to what the guys say in relation to, you know, servers and, you know, data and all this kind of jazz. You know what I mean? It is going to be terribly, terribly important. Right, let's bring up a bit of Dynavograph here. Let's have a look at Kerry. And let's see. We'll do a search. Echo India Kilo Yankee. Kerry. And open the airport. Let me see. Runway 26 is what they want us to use based on the wind.
Hello there.
It's giving us a 3-knot headwind. We'll go with that. So runway 26 is what we're looking for. Weather on the ground at the moment. Let me see. This is called a METAR up here at the top of the screen. A meteorological area report kind of thing. But anyway, see this 291730Z. It means it's on the 29th day at 1730 Zulu time. That's when this METAR was published. So even though we're using historical weather in the sim, we won't be too far off it. Winds were 220 at 4 knots, visibility greater than 10 miles. We got scattered clouds at 2,500, broken at 3,400. Temperature on the ground is 15 degrees, and the QNH is 1,022 hectopascals. Right? So yeah, runway 25 here into, or 26 into Kerry. We're bombing it along. So what we're going to do, we're going to come off the autopilot. Autopilot off. I need to talk to A2A. We should have an autopilot disconnect sound, I would have thought. So what we'll do, we're too fast and we're out of shape. So I'm going to bank off here to the right hand side as we slow down and start dropping a little bit of altitude along the way. And we'll circle around to the right as we go. There's Jungly down there. So we're going to remain north of the field until we turn in. And the scenery is going to be becoming gorgeous now, right? The poppies never seem to work for me at the EIKY for some reason, says Velo. There is an update coming. I don't know when, but there's an update coming. Do you know? A320 CEO or 737-800. Oh, Boeing, man. Boeing. 230 for the most expensive Microsoft Flight Sim on PS5. That's mad. So my advice, if anyone is considering, and then Microsoft won't like this, but anyone considering buying Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PlayStation, do not get the Aviators edition. Get the standard edition. Just get the standard edition. And then later on, use the marketplace if there's specific aircraft or sceneries you want to pick up. It'll work out far cheaper. Otherwise, you're going to get access to a whole load of stuff you're not going to use, and some of the stuff isn't good enough to be included in that price. So if you were to consider all of the add-ons that you're getting for that Aviator's price, it's very good. The problem is some of them they're not good enough. That's all you're paying for. You're paying for extra airports and aircraft. And historically the sim does not behave well with all the extra airports. You know what I mean? That's my advice to anyone on Xbox anyway. I mean, I bought the Aviator edition and there's a number of aircraft I've never used. I've still yet to fly them in the sim. You know? What about the airports? Same. Some of the airports are very good, don't get me wrong. Like, okay, depending on what you want to fly, you're going to enjoy them, for the most part. But for that price, I just think it's prohibitive for most folks. Like 230 quid, who has that to blow on? Like, no. Get yourself the sim for whatever it is, $60 or $70, and then over time, you can upgrade in bulk, or you can go individual add-ons along the way. If you got the 230 bucks, sure, by all means, but you'd be better investing that into other add-ons, I think. Right, lower the speed here. Waiting on a sale. Yeah. Abdul says no community folder on PlayStation. It works a little bit different. Can you buy them on the marketplace? Yeah, you can. Flipper Ally, good to see you, buddy. Right, easy does it. We're getting a couple of stores there. Did you see that, yeah? Jesus, the noise of that jet. Right, that was a decent long nail circle here now. We'll go ahead and bring up our Garmin pilot just to see what we're doing. So, Castle Island is out to our left-hand side. So we're just going to keep circling around. We'll turn off the nameplate so we can actually see what we're doing here, right? Energizer says, I got premium deluxe mostly for the H225. How I felt robbed. Yeah. Oh yeah, like that 225 even to this day is not working properly. The Pilatus, the PC21 or the PC24. No, the C17, while awesome, it hasn't been updated properly. You know. Daniel Day, no man, this is the Accu-Sim Aerostar. It's based on Piper's Aerostar 600. Real good. Are there mods for Microsoft Flight Sim? Oh yeah, also there are, but they're really only on PC. Now eventually, watch your speed, eventually Microsoft will be opening up their scenery creator thing, right? And I think when they do that, that's going to make it absolutely incredible. All right, bring the RPM up to help slow us down. Don't mind the little bell going off for the moment. That's only telling me that my gear is not down. Speed come down to 140. Lower the gear and start with a bit of flaps. 10 degrees. Speed 120. And we'll try and sail this one in. The World Hub, that's the one. Got the base for 2020 for 30 quid. Yeah, it's good going. Have I heard of Crockwell Airfield? I've heard of it. I got it for the PC24 and the Saab 340. PC24 is passable, but the 340 is very much meh. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, for the price of the Aviators Edition, I can't recommend it. And don't get me wrong, I love Microsoft Flight Sim, but like, I can't recommend that stuff. I don't know what way PlayStation will do it. I didn't see anywhere that it's going to be available on PlayStation Plus, right? If it is, brilliant, because, well then just get it on PlayStation Plus, but I don't think it is. Therefore, I would recommend just get the base edition. Jesus! Fucking master, good to see it. This is the Aerostar from Accu-Sim, A2A Simulations. Shuttle, thank you very much. And just see what he did. He gifted 10 gifted tier 1 subs. 10 gifted tier 1 subs that he gifted right before me landing on them all out of shape. Shuttle 199, thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, thanks to Shuttle here on Twitch, well, do be sure to say thank you. What a legend. Okay, handy now, Murph. 100 knots. We're not too out of shape. Easy now. Flaps to 30, so we've loads of...
Dreamy, sleepy, nutty, snoozy, snooze.
We've loads of traction here. Hold the nose. There we go. Bleed off that speed. Easy. Touchdown on the back. Touchdown on the front.
Hello there.
Keep it on the centre line best we can. Bring the flaps in. And we're going to taxi all the way up to the apron. Welcome to Kerry. Yeah, landing line is fine. Yeah, absolutely is. Squatch Vader, good to see you, buddy. I know it's not flying related, but I know you use ETS and ATS. Can't wait for the release on Xbox. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Yeah, Truck and Sim is good fun. It really is. Especially like the community convoy stuff. Loads of fun. Loads of fun. Cannot exit the aircraft. I'm not trying to exit the aircraft plane. We gotta call that a bug, right? Alright, easy now. On the brakes. We'll exit over here to the right hand side. Easy does it. Strobe coming off. So this is Kerry International Airport, Echo India Kilo Yankee. The airport is from Innibills, which is, it's been out for some time. It was released in 2020. Flipper Alloy, what are you doing? You're pressing buttons. 5 gifted tier 1 subs from Flipper Alloy. Jesus, thank you very, very much indeed, Flipper Alloy. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, thanks to Flipper Alloy, do be sure to say thank you. And Valorant, of course, there's all these bonus subs, meaning that if you gift 5 subs, Valorant throws in mad stuff, which is mad. But thank you very, very much indeed, Flipper Alloy. And lads, do be sure to say thank you if you just got a tier 1 sub. I'm worried now because as soon as I stop, it's going to want to jump out the plane because there's something not fully going right. Also, this shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be turning. Okay, well, it's early access, but it's important that we give these findings back to A2A, you know. Right, as we're sitting here, autopilot master off, avionics master coming off, taxi light coming off. Go ahead, bring down the right. And mags, go ahead, bring down the left. And mags, and we can go ahead and stop the battery. And let's calm it all down for the second. I wonder, is it trying to kind of, you know, remember the click spot? You know what I mean? See the way it automatically threw me out the plane there? This is interesting. This is how we identify a bug. Usually you can open the door and it'll stay here unless you click on the base of that footstep, right? Or if you're moving too fast, the door automatically closes, right? So yeah, I reckon that could have fixed it. Old veteran 965 Scott, thank you very much indeed. He says, howdy all, wait over an hour and I'm not airborne. Is this a record? No, it's our first landing, Scott. Jesus. Muse is getting a lot of stutters. You can use the controller, but it's easier on the Thrustmaster. Yeah. If you test the PS5 for Flight Sim, will you also test the PlayStation VR? I don't have a PlayStation VR headset. They're about $500 or $600. It's just outside of my budget, Hermit. Plus, that's not going to be due coming out until next year, 2026 for VR. But I'm very excited to hear that it is coming out. You know what I mean? Yeah, correct. Right, that's our first stop done. So let's have a quick look now at what our plan is going to be like. So we've made the first part of our leg, and you know, general aviation flying, I mean, this is kind of what's done when it comes to these. They're classed as pleasure flights, believe it or not, but that's what they do, right? We're not on any particular mission. So our first leg was Shannon down to Kerry. The landing fees in Kerry, they vary actually depending on the time of the year and if there's if there's commercial aircraft operating, right? Top Gun Lenny, it did. The PS5 arrived. It's now living as a stand behind my screen, look. So that's what that does. So you'd be delighted to know that, actually I can show you this now, actually. If I do this right, how can I show you this? I can do this right, hang on. Bear with me now. If I open my camera, will this work? This is brilliant what I'm going to show you now. Where's the button for the camera? Hang on. Yes. Take that out, pop you out, and then do one of these. Right, now this... Why is everything... Oh, hang on, where's the camera? Oh, it's over here, look. Right, now let's see if this works, right? You'll have to bear with me now for a minute. If I press this button, will it work? So if I click on Garmin... I'm a genius, look! Sometimes it's... You know! And if I do this... There we go. Oh, Jesus, no, that didn't work at all. Oh, I'm after shagging it. Right, I can't show both screens at the same time, but you'll know what I mean, right? Anyway, look at this. So that's my finger. There is a play. No, it's not a PlayStation, you see. It is a holder for an Airbus A400. Yep, that's what that is. It's nothing else. Nothing else. It's just a stand. Yes, that's what it is. It's just a stand, lads. It's nothing else. That's all it is, you see. Right. How do I fix this now? Oh, yeah. There we are. Right. Ready for GTA 6. Yeah, that's the spirit. Now, turn off that shagging gadget now. Hang on, we'll fix this now together, lads. Right, so that comes back in here like that, and I do one of those. Don't pinch your finger. Do one of these. I'm after turning off the iPad because I'm a muppet. I'm gonna do one of those. But I need to turn it because it doesn't know whose finger. Press to open. Yes, I pressed to open. Do one of these. Click in there. Yes. And all should be well in the realm, which it is. Right, an expensive stand. Yeah, it's the stand, right? Hate to say, but I bet the missus is smarter than that. Mrs. Two-Tone has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's a stand. It's a stand. Right. Now, it's not a place that... I'd never use one of those. But anyway, let's have a look at what we're doing. It's very much VF4 here, lads. Visual flight rules. We'll follow this as best we can for our waypoints. So we're going to head down over the lakes here at Killarney. And we're going to go then across to Carrauntoohil. From Carrauntoohil, it's over to Glen Bay. We'll have a look at Old Towers Hotel. We'll ramble across then over towards Castle Gregory. Then it's over Connor Pass. Down into Dingle.
Hello there.
Dingle back over to Caherdaniel, Caherdaniel, back up to Kenmare, and then back up all the way to Kerry. Sold the house, bought a boat. That's you, Murph. Right. Eamon, thank you very much indeed for following. Welcome in, buddy. What app am I using? So I'm using Navigraph, and we're also using Garmin Pilot. Garmin Pilot is this gadget. Right, aeroplane, let's be having you. So I think I fixed this button because it no longer thinks I'm trying to get out, right? Or we'll find out. So battery coming on. Yes, and we're going to go ahead and booster pumps, right hand side, open the throttle, clear prop on the right, just so they know, right? And let's start her up. Turn, you devil. Oh, Messi. We were literally only flying you. What's going on here? Kill the fuel. We probably drowned the friggin' sparks in carbon, but that's okay. We'll do the same now on the left. Like on the real airplane, you actually hold the booster for 5 seconds. But it all depends. Clear prop! Alright, that'll do it. Alternators back online. Taxi light back online. Avionics. Autopilot master. We're getting fogged up like a devil in here. That's cabin air, but like... That's defrost. What's that for? Temp. Alright, let's see what that does. Strobes, leave them off. We're not going to fill. Alrighty then. I'm in the TBM 930 in the Liverpool livery. Ooh, nice. It doesn't believe you about the PlayStation either. Wait, what are you talking about? Murph, are you using Atmos? No. The legend goes that they named it after you. Castle Gregory. Gregor, right? Mr. Two-Tone, don't mind them at all. They tease. I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. Are you out of your mind? Sure, why would I do a thing like that in a kitchen needed? I'm playing a video game. I deserve donations, says Zero Value Live. What exactly are you trying to say? Easy now. Jeez, look at the... With the screen there, it's condensation they're putting in. It's mad, isn't it? Would PC, PS5 and Xbox players be on the one server? I believe so, yes. I believe so. Right, we're going to have to taxi back here, lads. Now, is there a connection at Kerry? I don't think there is. Because you have the old runway, which is there. Yeah, but there's no taxiway. We've only one entry point to the taxi. Alright. Continue on. Easy now. Flaps will go ahead and set for 10 degrees. That's looking good. And as we're going on to the active, squawk, altitude reporting, enter. Get our lights on, and let's move. Big Welsh Matt, 2 of my good friends are trying to get me to buy a PS5. They won't break me though. 2 of your friends though, do you know? I mean, you'd nearly have to at that stage, you know? Alright. Long old taxi back. We don't need the full length of the runway, but sure, we'll ramble back, you know. If you don't have the livery, you won't see me. Chances are the livery is not installed tarnished because that was a 2020 livery. And that's where I've identified most of the issues. When you try and run 2020 aircraft with 2020 liveries, the LOD, it operates outside of the kind of sweet point for the sim, you know, which is not ideal. I bought the collector's edition of Flight Sim 2024 because I wanted the swag. Don't care about the extra planes, just the swag. Yeah. The threshold, good to see it. PS5 is okay if you only want to experience 75% of whatever the title is. Do you reckon? Yeah, tarnished. I mean, the aircraft should still show, but the livery won't. You know what I mean? Thank you, Eamon. Yeah, brilliant. Anyone else's A300 lights shagged after the last update? I haven't tried it, Divine Prawn. I will soon, though. As it says, about whatever edition below the one that came with the model 225. You haven't flown out the plane. So Murph's advice on getting the cheaper edition is sound. Thank you, Zith. That's my take on it, lads. You know? Now, no doubt Microsoft wants you to spend, you know, the whole shebang. But I wouldn't. You know? Don't be encouraging her. I didn't give him a tenner. So I got a phone call from Sony, Mr. Sony, and he said, you know, Murphison, we want you to use our new device, and you should have one, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'll get right onto that, you know. My exterior lights don't work in the glare shield. Why, on the A300? I need to fly that, actually, lads. Anybiz did, they did an update on it there last week or so. They really need to work on console, yeah. I got Premium Deluxe as if I wanted extra planes in the Aviator Edition. I already bought them in 2020, yeah. Does the missus know how many kitchen appliances you can get for the price of... Listen, Energizer, right? I know it's trying to get me out of the plane again, stupid thing. Listen, we were sitting down today at, you know, lunch, well, dinner time. Was it dinner time or lunchtime? Pre-evening, at pre-evening. We were sitting down at pre-evening looking at changing some things up in the kitchen. I'll have you lot know, right? So you can shag off. Stop telling me to get out of the plane. Right, swing around there now, Betsy. Easy now, friends. Easy now. Oh, Jesus. Easy now. Right. So, by the way, lads, if you've tuned in and you're watching us over on our YouTube vertical stream, you're very welcome in. What I'm using here right in front of me, just to give you some insight, I'll bring this up on the camera as well for the guys watching here on Twitch, right? But what we're using here, before we blast off out of here, this here is just a standard iPad, and what we're using in the iPad is Garmin Pilot, and it's connected to Microsoft Flight Sim using a program called Flight Events. It works quite well. Outside of all of this is the Virpil flight stick. We're using the Alpha Constellation, or the Constellation Alpha, and that's coupled with the VPC Warbird base. This is an excellent joystick. Now granted, it doesn't have force feedback, but for what it is excellent. Over on our left hand side then, over here where we have our throttle set up, again it's Virpil. This is using the Mongoose, and we also have the control box slightly out of your shot, but that's here, and I have a number of buttons, bells and whistles, including a landing gear lever, which will lift up, neutral, down, neutral, which is very handy indeed. And then the rest is made up of, I got some wing equipment, I have some Corsair Elgato stuff when it comes to stream decks, and then I'm also using Navigraph charts on a touchscreen, which is cheap as chips, $80 from, you know, Amazon, USB-C touchscreen, right, for $80, and you put a moving map in it and you can interact using touch. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So that's what you're looking at. Where is this button now? Right. And then for everyone else on the main Twitch, the back of me head cam, right. You've seen in here before, friends, but that's kind of the setup look. I need to do something with that wire. I don't like the way that wire kind of hangs loose. I could just send it into the, you know, oh, that looks a bit better. I almost fixed it. But that's how everything looks. Where's the button? Here's the button. Right. iPad, Garmin Pilot, PS5 Pro, Virtual... Shh. Glorious grey hair. Listen. Flying. So, let me see. Next shot. Fully rich. Lights are on. Brakes off. Power coming in. Let's go flying. Mush. Takeoff power set. And airspeed's alive. Doing the rudder dance. 90. Man, the sounds. Upsy daisy. Whew, that was sporty. Positive rate of climb. And we're indicating the climb. Gear up. She a little bit bouncy. Flaps coming in. With the head cam, he can only say that he has skin in the game. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Legend, that lad. Yeah. Right, bit of trim. Ease up. Jesus, ease up out of it. We're a little bit bouncy here. Quite a crosswind, yeah. Silver hair, right? A command centre indeed, right? I haven't a clue how that works though, you know, but that's okay, lads. You know me, no shot like a cheap shot. Leave your emotions at the door. Murph, what stand are you using for your tablet on the desk? I need to get one of those. So what I did, Muse, I bought a proper gadget and then I had to, not break it, but I had to get creative with it and break it, and now it works. It's called a Zenk T. I'll kick you on the link after on Amazon. It's like 30 quid, but you have to disconnect everything because you only need one. So it actually clamps onto the desk about a foot to the left, and then the bar goes that way. Very handy though, very, very handy. Right, we're VF4 here, so we're going to be loosely kill an engine if it's too easy. Listen, Vex, yes, we're going to calm it all down now, Jemima. We're now strictly VF4, so we're heading out towards the lakes here. These are going to be pretty. There we go. And if we get ourselves out trimmed properly, we shouldn't need the autopilot. We'll wait and see. But what we're going to do now, lads, well, we'll do our head count of who's flying. So if you're on the Xbox, press 1, PC, press 2, 3 if you're on JoinFS or Skynet, and 4 if you think I'm a complete and utter muppet. Wait, I should have said something better. It's too late now. I better not see anyone type number 4 into that chat.
The car and swinger, baby.
Did you just see what happened? Give Ireland gifting 5 tier 1 subs, but then he followed it up by putting in number 4. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to the genius that is Give Ireland, well, do be sure to say thank you. Go on, give out your divil, you. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. The man is a legend. All right. Disregard, I thought you said Master of the Heavens. Yes, Heisenberg, that's precisely what we said. Right, we're getting all-terrain alert warnings here. Where am I going? Look at the state of this. This is beautiful. Absolutely freaking gorgeous, lads. Right, easy now, Murph, easy. We're going to head on into these mountains a little bit, and then we're going to be passing Carrauntoohil. X-Plane 12 is 34 quid in the Steam sale. Malky, do it. You need to do it, Malky. We're in X-Plane on Thursday. You will not regret that sim. It's very good. Gibbo, thank you very, very much indeed, man, for your support, dude. 5 gifted tier 1 subs. What an absolute legend that is. Malky, it's a sign, Malky. It's a sign. Right, watch your speed here. We don't need to be booting it. So manifold pressure's down a little. Get the RPM down here a little bit as well. We're going to need a bit of power for climbing shortly. But I just want to kind of ramble out this way. As I say, lads, the scenery we're going to see here, it's beautiful. They really did a great job at Ireland with the mesh and satellite imagery. And then, of course, when it comes to some of the photogrammetry that we have... Dublin is amazing, Cork is amazing, and out the west is fantastic around the cliffs of Moher. It's absolutely stunning flying in Ireland in the sim. It really is. Also, Murph, Farm Sim is the same price. Right. Radby says, I pre-ordered the Premium Deluxe Edition for PS5. Can't wait. Awesome, man. That's awesome. Roll on December 8th. Oh, man, it's going to be so cool. We're going to have tons of new pilots coming into the sim, trying to figure out things. You know, be sure to follow along with the channel here. We'll be covering the PlayStation release in detail. Plenty of tutorial stuff. We do group flights all the time. I'm very much looking forward to seeing folks on PlayStation when it comes to Microsoft Flight Sim. It's going to be awesome, and fingers crossed. With the PlayStation itself, both the PS5 and PS5 Pro, fingers crossed the performance is definitely going to be up there as well. So let's see what happens. If Murphy gets on Farm Sim, he only thinks that I give out to him. Wait till he gets the instructions from Lenny. Oh, really? Juice UK, 3 months, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, man. Farm Sim for me got way too addictive, says Hermit. Hermit, I saw you in the channel, yeah. Just ask Muse. I'd be afraid with Farm Sim. I wouldn't have a clue what to do. Right, we're just kind of sneaking over this neck of the woods as we turn to the right now. Carrauntoohil is going to be up on our right-hand side here. And we're low enough to the ground, but this is purely VF4 now. She's very bossy, is she? Jesus, then. Lindy's very bossy. Don't worry, Murph. Neither do we just wing it. Oh, grand. Right, Stu. I must admit, I believe I saw your Skoda in it. The gate, Murphy. Just remember the gate. Feckin' abuse I get over the gate. When I was over in New Zealand, my mate from Kerry, who lives in New Zealand, at the time, was running a farm. And there was a gate that was made by aliens. Well, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Because it wasn't a simple gate that you simply open or close. I couldn't unlock the gate, right? It was like a carabiner. You know a carabiner? It was like a carabiner that was bent out of shape. And if you pushed it, it made it tighter. And if you pulled it, it made it tighter. So he gave me dog's abuse that I couldn't open the simple gate. I reckon it was an ambush because, like, you know... What's your power settings here as we go up into the mountains? By the way, if you're into Cypher, I'd love to do a flip, but I'd spill me drink. And an Irish man spilling his drink, I mean, it would bring tears to your eyes, you know? I got FS22 on my Xbox One and FS25 on PC. Ooh, nice. I reckon it was an ambush. But as I said, if you like heli flying, down this neck of the woods, it is absolutely stunning for it. So, let me see. We need to climb a bit here. As we'll have an hour look at Carrauntoohil. So, we're in an Aerostar, so this thing just has power. Yeah, I'm not trying to get out the aircraft, don't worry. So, into rocket ship mode. Almost 4,000 feet a minute on a climb here. Seems to be tied to the throttles, see that? Madness. And we're just going to roll to the right here, and we're going to circle around the top of Carrauntoohil. Which is that big, massive peak over there, lads. You see it? Oh, Kilburn and the FS Reborn. Look at that, man. Beautiful. The FSR 500. Beautiful, beautiful plane. Oh, gorgeous. We call those gates a Taranaki gate. They're a trap. See, the Limbics knows the story. Sumner, have a great day at work, buddy. Thanks so much for popping in, man. Yeah, Murphgate. You heard of Watergate? This is Murphgate. So Carrauntoohil, I was up this years ago as a kid. I don't remember it much, because at one stage I'm fairly certain I was breathing out of my arse. Like, it's like that getting up to the top of it. There's a big cross up there. I don't know who carried it up, mind you, but, you know, they earned their dinner that night, I can tell you. But it's Ireland's highest peak, which isn't massive or anything, you know. It's nice and all, but, like, you know. And it tends to be very dangerous because the weather changes here very quickly. I mean, you could be climbing Carrauntoohil on a clear day, and by the time you get up there, cloud or fog has come in, and, you know. Problem is, Murph's hands are so small, he can pick a lock with them. Thanks, JP. Yeah, you're back in the will. Yeah, out of the will. Beautiful part of the country, though. It's stunning. It's stunning. Look at the lakes we have here as well, look. I see what I mean with the mist. So there's, you know, mountaineers and rock climbers, they'll tell you what the crack is, like all the different walking routes. But it's stunning up here. It's really, really nice up here. No worries, JP. It's almost as nice as Scotland. Listen, Ireland built Scotland. Look at the state of the views, look. This is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning, look. Man alive, isn't that pretty? Wait now, had I not a song here? I did. We'll play a bit of music for you here now. You ready? I hope this is the right one now, Murph. I think it's this one. I was playing that there now, lads, myself, you know. Nothing wrong with grey hair and small hands. Hey, what? One man is away, you take care. This is you, Tom. Don't know what you're saying at all. Grey hairs. Want to get your eyes checked. So we're over the neck of the woods of Glen Bay here in County Kerry. Absolutely gorgeous. Now we're going to head over to the north here, over by the Dingle Peninsula. Isn't this pretty? Isn't it absolutely stunning here, lads, isn't it? So we're heading out now towards, what's it called? Oh, jeez, go handy now, will you? Castle Gregory. That's just on the far side of the hills there. Then we'll hang a left. We're going to come out over Connors Pass and then down into Dingle. Down into Dingle. As regards to Carrauntoohil area, there was the remains of a C-47 found near there some years ago. I heard about that, yeah. Tom Crean came from a village just off your left there, Anascall. He did. Alright, we're looking good. Fuel is looking good. Power settings and all, we're absolutely laughing. Good fishing down here, yeah. Heisenberg. You know what they say, small hands, big... Oh wait, nobody says that. Yeah, thanks Heisenberg, yeah. Great bunch of lads, yeah. Jesus. Leave your emotions at the door. Where we're going, lads, you don't need them. Right, we're doing something right, you know. We're not in a total pleasure right now. I mean, you know, we're not bad now, but you know. So, Castle Gregory is going to be a hard left-hand turn here now in a second. There's beautiful beaches down here, absolutely stunning beaches, and grey sand dunes and all that as well. This is really nice. It's a beautiful part of the West. And the mountains, I mean, they're just, aren't they? Gorgeous. So we'll spin around here to the left. I mean, look at that. Isn't that stunning, lads? Isn't it? Look at the colours there, look. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Beach is used for 5 hours of the year then. Maybe 4, you know. 1 foot in the sea down here, you know. Are there a lot of potatoes in this region? Not an awful lot in Kerry, no. Wexford is where you want to go for that. Man, look at that with the colours and the clouds. This is stunning. JP, it's real nice here, man. Real nice. So we're making now left here. As I say, we want to go over by Connor Pass, which is over this neck of the woods. Then it's over Dingle. So how are we going for time? We're all right. We have an hour to get through this. We'll keep the speed out though. We've no more scheduled stops until we get back to Kerry. This is purely sightseeing mode now, but it's stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. So fuel, power, temperatures. Yeah, we're looking good. What is the noise? A big loud... Oh, Starbug is in the friggin... What's that? Not the hot... What's the American version of that? T45 is it? Kilburn is inverted. And we're getting stutters. Jesus. So Connor Pass is famous. The Goshawk, that's the one. Connor Pass is famous because, sure, didn't they... A truck went up here last year, realising that he couldn't go any further, and they had to get a crane up there to get him out. Uh-oh. Oops was the word I think was used. I could be wrong on that now. It could have been more aggressive, you know. There could have been a few more verbs thrown in there rather than just oops, you know. Typical Irish weather. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. You drove it once, never again. It's class because, like, you see all the wind... What are they called? The glider fellas up here. Mike, hit the deck. The paragliders to be up here. Let me see. T-Bear says, Murph, question, is this an Ireland Payware scenery pack? No, this is out of the box, man. This is out of the box. Class. This area up here, there's a waterfall not too far from here, but you'll often see the lads with their with the gliders. You know, the... What are they called? Wing gliders or paragliders? Just the ones that... Hand gliding. Hand gliding. You'll see them running off the side and they get airborne then. Class. Hand gliders, yeah, I think paraglider has the power in it, doesn't it? Like a big fan on the back. Wingsuits, I haven't seen... They're para. No, they're hang gliders. I'm sure they do a bit of everything, to be honest. But this is... You can drive this route. This is all Connor Pass here, and we're going to come down here into Dingle. We can see the harbour in front of us. And of course, the Dingle Gin Distillery, ladies and gentlemen, is just down around the corner here. Dingle Gin. Right? Gliders that you hang from. Yeah, they're the ones. Now, when you're down in Dingle, there's a lovely harbour down here. And they take you out, of course, to see Furbo or Fungi. Was it Fungi or Fungi? The dolphin. You know, poor old devil. But, yeah. Majak, thank you very much indeed for following. Paramotor is the motor paraglider. Ah, got you now. Got you now. We were in Dingle. We parked the car in the harbour. And we got out, we walked just 10 feet, and a seagull used precision bombing and hit Mr. Two-Tone right in the head. She was not impressed. Me and Two-Tone Jr., after we laughed our arses off, we went back to the car. It was terrible. A dolphin, yeah, that's the one. Precision strike by a seagull. Fine. Literally parked the car there and we went walking. The Chewbacca is here. Welcome in. Hope all is well. Welcome to our flight here in the southwest of Ireland. We're over Dingle at the moment, where they charge an outlandish fee to bring you to see a dolphin. But it's also home to the Dingle Gin Distillery, which is amazing. And there's lots of us. Yes, I'm making up all sorts of stories. You know, are they true? You know. Brody says, can I ask you, do you know your PC specs? Brody, if you put in, whatchamacallit, exclamation point specs, it'll give you a full list. Zero Value Life says, I'm doing something I deserve donations. What do you mean when you say that? Are you trying to be sarcastic or something? Or are you trolling? Because there's something you need to know about Irish people. We invented trolling. Is Dingle Gin made with dingle berries? No, it's made in Dingle. It's made out of real dolphin, you know. Do you remember seeing that in the back on the tins of tuna? You know, dolphin-friendly tuna. What if you don't see that in the tin of tuna? Does that mean you're eating dolphin? I mean, poor old Flipper wouldn't be impressed about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, never thought of that. It's hard to call, lads. It's hard to call. Right, we're heading down towards now. We're going to be out over Caherdaniel or Caherdaniel, and then it's out into Caherdaniel. Again, just some beautiful places. Absolutely beautiful places. So we'll spin around to the right here, around the gadget. What do you mean straight over me head? I had an eagle or some other big bird dive bomb me car while I was driving. Jesus. Would have hit me if they weren't for the roof. You see, birds, they're dangerous. They're very pretty, but they're dangerous. None of you know that dolphins are more dangerous than sharks. Ah, hang on now. Dolphins are lovely and playful and they're great old crack, you know. A shark would bite your arse off. There's nothing to a shark. A row of teeth. That's a shark. The wood pigeons are doing that around here. They swoop out of the front of the car. Wood pigeons. That's scary. We have some huge red kites near me. They go for roadkill. What, really? They both bite. Dolphins are vicious. Don't be ruining me childhood. Flipper. You know. And water park things with dolphins, right? They're very nice, kind creatures. They're mammals, do you know? They're evil, or are they? Blacksod Bay and Farranfore in the west of Ireland has nice scenery. It does, Kyle, yeah. Dolphins are scheming predators. Dolphins have the mentality of Quagmire. And Tuesdays in the 80s, I was home at 10 and in bed by 11. Ow! Giggity goo! Brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic. In one of those cage things, mind. Really? The frostbite lad got lost out in the sea here. Dolphins rescued him. Did they? Oh, he did. Oh, your man, frostbit. That lad. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right. We're going okay, friends. So we're heading over to Caherdaniel, which is up over the mountains here. We'll keep to the left of the wind farm. Seagulls are the worst, but we don't have those near me. Seagulls, mine? Seagulls are vicious. I once had a seagull get a sandwich off me. I punched it, but I didn't eat the sandwich. There's a reason why Casual Geographic called them sea ditties, or what? Oh Jesus, really? You wouldn't be long getting frostbit? Brilliant. He's as famous as the other fella is, Muse fan. Do you remember your man who slipped on RTE in the ice? I live on the coast. Seagulls are the bloody worst. They shoplift. Yeah. We had chips at the beach and they just swamped us. No way. Yeah. Seagulls, they're mad. Mine. Bit of elevation, Ted. We're up there now. Never having fish and chips on the beach ever again. That's mad. Rats with wings, spiders with flippers and snorkels. I don't mind dolphins now. But now that you've said this, I'll never be able to look at a dolphin the same way. Your 7-year-old was traumatized. Oh no. And then bring them home to watch Finding Nemo and they think the seagulls are just like playful creatures, and then really, no, they're going to hunt you in your dreams. You know? Oh! Flyer 10, you absolute mad lad. Did you see what he did? Flyer 10 gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community here on Twitch. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Lads, you've just got a tier 1 sub. With thanks to Flyer 10, do be sure to say thank you. I eat my chips inside at the seaside. No, I you know, there's a place in Wexford, there's a chipper down in Wexford near the sea. Pigeons and train stations will rob you too. Having a go at the birds now. The pelicans can swallow things as big as rabbits. Hey, can they? Jesus. Damn, I'm good as here. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Monday to you. Right, where am I going? Oh, you hang a right here now, look. This is all part of the plan. Yes, Mike Fair, you're putting Mrs. TPHI, giving her a run for her money. You've been upside down all night. The Miami Dolphins are especially horrible this year. Is that football trash talk? American football. Oh, come here. Did anyone watch the American football in Dublin yesterday? I don't really understand it. They have a lot of different kind of plays. Like, it's not a very fluid game. Sure it's not. It's like, okay, We've run around the place for 11 seconds. Let's take a break. And, you know, where do I search specs? You should just have to type it in and it should come back up on the screen. But failing that, bro, because you've asked twice, it's a 5090 graphics card with a Ryzen 7 9800 X3D and 94 gigs of rather fast RAM. That's what we're rocking on the machine here. Don Maldy says, dolphins are known to attack and kill baby dolphins. Wait, what? It's understood that this because the males see new calves as competition, so they may try and see off the baby, so that the mother is free to make more baby. Huh. Chewie was watching the American football the other day, or the other night. You tried? I really tried to understand it. Did Chewie understand it? Look, it's not fluid. Belugas are what people thought dolphins were. So sad watching the plane I want, but it's only for 24, says Mike. Mike, 24, soon, man. You will swap over soon. It's in your future. Fun fact, there's actually no such thing as a seagull. Seagull? Wait, what? I think he understands it. I mean, we'll all say we understand it, but like, do we really? You know, I don't understand it. I prefer ice hockey. It's so hard to it's so hard to conceive of moving a ball forward to the end zone. I'll watch the Dallas Cowboys for the cheerleaders. Yes. I'll be upgrading to 24 for what's in 70 quid. Steven Seagull. Yes. Steven Seagal, though. I mean, right. What was the movies he were in that were kind of half good? William Dafoe was in one of them, I think. You know, your one got out with a cake. Remember that one? Yous all remember her getting out with the cake. We often call them dumpster ducks. Wait, what? Under Siege. Come on, Muse fan. And at the same time, right, myself and Muse fan are on the same frequency here. Kane Lafford, good evening. It's a collective word for various gull birds. Really? The sounds are mad. This is Caherdaniel. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. And now we're heading up to Kenmare. Me and the missus, we did our honeymoon around this neck of the woods. And we stayed in some mad places. In actual fact, wherever you go whenever you're in Ireland and you're on holidays down the southwest, doesn't matter if you are or you aren't, tell them you're on your honeymoon. They look after you, I'm telling you. Right? Yeah, we're on our honeymoon. Oh, Jesus, then why didn't you tell us? And they'll put you in the nicest of rooms and charge you lots of money, but you'll have nice things. They put us in all sorts of fancy rooms. Your one that came out of the cake used to be the original Baywatch episode. But that's right! That's where we read she was in and not knowing that we watched that TV show at all. Not at all. No, we never watched Baywatch. Not at all. No. I only watched it to learn how to swim. Right. Yeah, that was the only reason. Hangar Studios, good to see you. How about them Steelers? Well, they were talking about, you know, seagulls being Steelers, but yeah, Baywatch for the helicopter. Yes. Erica Elniak says, Stu, that's a different level of, you know, commitment. We didn't even know her name. Brilliant. I want to stay in an Irish castle, says My Coffee. You can. There's loads of them. There's some beautiful ones, very well maintained. One of them one castle in Ireland that's very much the same as it was 150, 250 years ago. It's Kinnity Castle in County Offaly. Kinnity Castle, it's if you ever get, they did a thing on Most Haunted, or one of those, you know, Dedica Cora. Where is this now? Kinnity Castle. But the decor and all the jazz, it's very nice. This is Kinnity Castle. But what's lovely about it, lads, is the is how everything is inside. The old courtyards and stuff. We were at a couple of weddings here. The Dungeon Bar, it's called. Real nice. Kinnity Castle, highly recommended. Look at the library. That's like the lounge where the bar is. Absolutely stunning. Keen, who? Zezano, who? Love it, yes. My wife and I said we were on our honeymoon and we got all we got was the senior citizen discount. Heisenberg, that's not a good happy ending story.
Swinger, baby.
Oh, there's things happening. Toto, you absolute mad devil. Toto 24.95 gifting 5 tier 1 subs to our community here on Twitch. Toto, thank you very, very much indeed, man. What a legend. Oh, Jesus. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Toto, do be sure to say thank you. Legend. He's not joking. I went to the southwest of Ireland with me cousin. We told the people at reception we were on our honeymoon. Instant room upgrade. Keen, that's a great story, but made slightly awkward because you mentioned it was your cousin at Baywatch to learn mouth to mouth if you ever needed it. Yes. I tried to type that in a Liverpool accent. Wait, what? Oh, an orb. There's an orb. There's a... Brilliant. Did you see that? There was an orb right there. I see myself in a smoking jacket and a pipe and a pint of Guinness in that place. The Guinness is good and they do a mean steak sandwich. Rebecca says, I need to invest in a fake wedding ring so we can say we're on a honeymoon. Yes, 100%. Hello, yes. Oh, we're very happy to be here. Would you believe we're on our honeymoon? And they'd be like, oh my God. And you'd be like, yes. How was the wedding? Oh, wait, I tell you. And then you'll invent, stories. Flying upside down, crashed the sim. Uh-oh. I only watched Fantasy Ireland for the airplane landing at the beginning. Not all the... Yes, Eamon, yes. Yeah, well, cousins, brothers, it's all the same when you're when you're this far down the country. Oh, dear. Right, we've passed Kenmare. We're going to be making a left turn here now. We'll head up to where the windmills are up here at the wind farm. Man, look at that view behind us. Look, isn't that the road out of there, by the way, there's a coastal road the whole way along there. It's stunning. Kill switch, go into your options for wake turbulence and turn off wake turbulence. Ireland is calling you, Mike. You gotta come here. You gotta get there. If I get the chance to come to Ireland, I have to visit Grandma's old cottage. Sort of a rite of passage. Yeah. So my dad told me, sister, loading in all aircraft doesn't help either. No, but if it's wake turbulence, if you're getting like shocking bad performance, it's wake turbulence. It's got to be. It's happened so many times, But, yeah, brilliant. So yeah, I'd highly recommend Kinnedy Castle. Of course, then you go down to Waterford Castle is stunning. Dromoland Castle, Adair Castle. Adair's a bit expensive for what it is, though. It's nice and all, but yeah, nice, 100%. Kilkenny Castle's nice, but you can't stay in Kilkenny Castle. This part of the country is stunning. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, the lads from Kerry knew what they were doing when they built this place. Right, left turn coming back up towards Killarney. We don't ramble too far kind of to the east now, otherwise we'll end up in Cork. What Jesus, boy? Barrow Valley. What's the other one? Is it Mount something? Is it the Mount Juliet Estate is nice in Kilkenny? Or is that Thomastown, is it? I've once stayed in a castle where we had the keys to pull the drawbridge up. No way, Malky. Really? That's awesome. Cark. Yeah, heading to Cark. Then we need to head back to Kerry. But for the moment, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Kill switch, not sorted, buddy. My favourite thing about Ireland, there's no snakes. Yeah, we got rid of them. Patrick, fierce handy fella Patrick, Or legend has it. Prudhoe Castle is near Newcastle on Hadrian's Wall. Ooh, nice. Do they not have adders? Adders? There's plenty of snakes in Ireland, yes. Usually on the political side. Well, that's a dirty dig now, huh? Right, we're heading back to Kerry. Runway, what was it, 24? Think so. So let's have a look. Oh, this is awesome. So many folks flying with us. Isn't the scenery gorgeous, lads, isn't it? It is absolutely stunning. So we'll do the same crack again, fly straight in. All sorted, kill switch, nice. Fun fact, the state of Hawaii is the only state in the United States with no snakes. What, really? I don't think I mind snakes that much. I mean, yeah, I'd jump up on the table and like scream, of course, if I saw one, but like in general, I wouldn't pass out or nothing. Spiders on the other side, oh Jesus then, you know, there's been many a time I leapt. I did something terribly stupid years ago, and I don't mean long enough to kind of get over myself, but not long enough, you know, that I could forget. I was inside anyway, in this house. I was inside having a shower, as you do inside. We have an indoor shower, you know, and when I stepped out of the shower, you know, draw the curtain. This is terribly sexy now, so you know, mind your ears. It's after 9 o'clock. I got out of the shower and I put my left leg down onto the ground, right? Meanwhile, the rest of me was still inside in the shower, right? We're kind of we're between, right? Anyway, I put my left foot on the shower, on the ground, and I saw this maniac of a spider, and he was just there, you know, looking at me, and then he, you know, you never see them, right? There's no kind of slow movement like a cat. They just, you know, to go for you. So without even transferring the weight of the left leg onto the right leg, I immediately sprung on the left leg, out the door, ran into the bedroom and up onto the bed. To get away from the spider, of course. Not realising, of course, after the, you know, the initial shock had passed, that the, you know, the blinds and the curtains were fully drawn, open, in the bedroom, and I'm now standing on my bed, and there was people outside of me house in the street, looking in at me. Needless to say, I didn't leave the house for a couple of days, but that's the sort of stuff that I have to deal with. Is there someone flying a Hoover? There is. We're getting the same sound. I think it's the goshawk. Typical arachnophobes. Is not, I'm telling you, man, it was just, I mean, that spider, I mean, one bite from that spider, that'd have been it, lads. Game over, ball burst, right? But yeah, I didn't go outside for a while. Was the bedroom lights red? No. Was the spider okay? I don't know. Is that where the name Two-Tone comes from? No, Malky, it's not. Jesus. I just ordered Virpil's new CDT Aeromax flight stick. Too bad it's on a 9-week back order, but as long as I get it by Christmas, I'll be happy. B. Carlo, nice, man, nice. Many years of therapy, yes. What, for the neighbours? Yes. Imagine that. I've often I've been caught out a couple of times. When I was going to New Zealand that time, I was in Australia. Was it Australia? I think it was Australia. I was in Australia, in the airport, and they have they've showers in the airport, and like they have like the doors of the Enterprise, you know, right, slidey doors. Anyway, you pay to go in, and it's yours. And I went in and had me shower, as was my want. And you know that shuffle you do. You know that number where you stand on one leg whilst putting a sock on the other foot, and you do that bit of a shuffle. Yeah, well, I did that, and I shuffled up against the door, that pressed the button to make the door go, and whatever couple of hundred people waiting to board their flight saw the state of me in a state of duress and undress. Thank God their flight left before mine. But these are the things that happen, lads. How do you find tornadoes in the sim? Is it mission specific? I think it's mission specific, yes. I've had more spider bites than I'd like. Wait, spider bites? No. I had a 2-inch long roach just sitting on my arm in the office. No. Cockroaches. Well, I don't really mind them either. It's spiders. They're up to something, you know. That was in Melbourne Airport. Was it? No, that was in Sydney. That was in Sydney Airport. Sydney Airport, Australia. Terminal 2. In 2017 or 2018, I think. So if you saw it, I'm the guy with the big red face. That's me, lads. Can take me fucking nowhere. Right, Kerry, how are you looking here now? Hi. You going for a landing? In Hawaii, Oh, Jesus, it's frozen everywhere. All me cameras are frozen. Oh, no. How do we fix this? Uh-oh. Right. Now, don't panic. Jesus, I've frozen. All me cameras are frozen. Stand by. Pause the sim. We need to fix this. Right now. Right. Don't panic now for a minute. So it's me cannon that shagged. Wait now. If I do one of these. And then... Oh no, I pressed the wrong one. I'll do one of these. Wait now. Wait now, wait now. Either that is me. Either that or he's practicing ventriloquism. Hang on, we'll fix this mess. Hang on. Everything's going to go dark and quiet for a minute, but don't worry. I'm busy working in the background. Some say that I'm a genius, and others know I'm a genius. Did you just see what it did? I defied...
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
777, that's dangerous after having the technical issue and turning off me lights. You had a motorbike crash because a bee got inside your crash helmet. Yeah, well, to be fair, Malky, yeah, you win, man. We can't compete with that. Jesus. It's like listening to my wife and eldest daughter with the spiders talk. I usually watch you to get away from that. Yeah, hang on a second now. Right. All I'm saying is, they're maniacs and they're dangerous. The 60 mile an hour bounce was interesting. Some say he's a genius. For all we know, he reads everything. Balls! I've just been keened. Ooh! Thanks, Keen. 5 years I've been keened. 5 years. Spiders are my wife and daughter. Wait, what? Easy now, you muppet. Crosswind landing number 2. Easy now. We'll make this terribly gentle. It's the second last landing, lads. We have one last little hike to go back up to Shannon. Burning question can take... wait now. Hang on, Mike. Burning question, can one take the pilot in 24 and spawn into a town and walk around? Not just the pilot, you would have to bring the aircraft with you, but yes. Short answer is yes. Easy now. Stop. I'm not trying to get out of the jagged plane. Oh, the wind. All right. Man, that wind is a challenge, isn't it? Push the brakes and flaps in. Whoa! We just got a raid by Grizzle, and me sounds are shagged. Grizzle, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had an awesome stream, man. Jeez, you put in a shift. He was... It's trying to still get out of the plane, and I haven't pressed any buttons, and I don't know why it's doing it. Grizzle, welcome aboard, lads. You're very welcome in. Hope you had an awesome stream. We're here in Ireland, the southwest. We're flying around Kerry. We just arrived back at Kerry.
Allow myself to introduce.
And we are in the Accu-Sim Aerostar from A2A. Still in early access, but we're taking it for a jaunt. This airport here, Kerry from Innybills, it's one of their older ones, but I suspect there is an update coming at some stage. But you're very welcome in. Our last leg is going to take us from Kerry back up to Shannon, and I gotta say it's very nice. It's terribly pretty, but yeah, it's the Sky Courier making that noise. Really? You sure? It's been a long day. Grizzle, that was a shift and a half, man. It's good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Thank you very much indeed for the raid. I really appreciate it. You laugh now, but we're doing a bit of Formula 1 tomorrow night. You know, if you want to give yourself a headache, right? Great first flight with you, great bunch. FMJ, really? Your first flight? Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, you're very welcome. Welcome to join us again. Right, over to the ramp here, and I think we're okay for fuel and all the jazz, so we'll just go through the motions of taxiing to the ramp, waving to the people, and we'll head back to the runway. We have a beetle in New Zealand that's about the length of your palm. In Murphy's case, both palms. Wait, what? It's mostly chill, but if angered, the beetle will remove a chunk of flesh. Speaking from experience. Now, the limbics. I plan to visit New Zealand early next year, and stories like that, right? I mean, a beetle the size of your palm. Like, just your palm, or like the five, right? The five sisters with your, what, do you know what I'm saying? Jesus. Right, we're on the way out. We're heading back. We will taxi back. Wait, now, is the wind changing? No. No, we're okay. Jeez, look at the dirt on my plane, look. Jesus, lads. All the bugs and flies. Jesus. Right, we shall taxi back. There's an F-18 floating in the air. We'll taxi back, and then we're going to blast off out of here. So we're going to head back up the road up what's going on with my controls here, Chief? We're going to head back up the road up to Shannon. So on the ground at Kerry, we're going to ramble up towards Shannon. We might go kind of Talbot direction and then kind of handrail, Glyn, Foynes, in that way, lads, right? We'll head up by Listowel and all that. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. Another Wasm crash? No, I think we're good. I think we're good. So as we taxi back here, it's been a really nice flight, hasn't it? Beautiful scenery. Especially around the mountains below at Carrauntoohil and that. Stunning, lads. Absolutely stunning. So we'll take our time. I also need to get some airtime in the YS11. And I need to get more airtime in the 747-200 over an X-Plane, because I'm flying that on Thursday night on Vatsim, because I'm a Muppet. I'm a Muppet, you right? I've flown that aircraft once in a complete flight on Vatsim. That was Dublin to Shannon. Handy, because I knew where I was going, kinda. How about the updated Concorde? I haven't spent nearly enough time in that yet, Gregor. Just the palm. It has the cute name of a hoo-hoo beetle. The grubs taste like peanut butter, fried with butter. The grubs taste like... Hang on, you eat them? Limix, remember I said I was going to meet you for a few pints in Invercargill? Well, you know, I mean, my schedule is flat out, man. I don't, you know... Jesus. Right, on the brakes. Easy does it, lads. We got ourselves lined up here. Straight out departure, runway 24. And let's see what happens. Oh, the updated Concorde and Microsoft Flight Sim. Ah. Well, I'd only got an update for 2020, I believe. Do you know? Absolutely gorgeous looking this is, isn't it? Maybe that's why Vatsim cancelled across the pond. He's flying a 742. Why did they cancel across the pond, lads? Why would they cancel across the pond? Laps. 10 degrees. It's called desperation, but it could taste worse. Ugh. Right, are we ready? Let's go flying. Power coming in. You posted it in the ATC chat. I'll have a read up on it, but do you have like the too long didn't read version? Airspeed live. Oh, the wind. Yepsy daisy. There's the wind. Easy now, Jemima. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Sounded like issues from the last one. As in connection issues or pilot issues? I'll stick to the gummy worms. Keeping everyone's enjoyment of the event front and centre and to lead to a better experience for all those involved. Division with VAC staff pilots and very importantly ATCOs. Oh, hang on, I'm struggling here, lads. So they're going to skip the event and do what exactly? Like, they're not throwing the toys or figure out a new plan. What do they mean by figure out a new plan? So they're saying it's getting too busy. It's getting out of hand and figure out how to run it in the future to ensure staffing. Ah, they want to revamp it for larger crowds. Ah. But like, didn't they always have like a limited number of slots? Like, should it not be the case then that if you don't have a slot, they're just not going to give you ATC? No? I mean, being too busy is a good thing. Oh no, it is, but like, why cancel the event? This doesn't go back to throwing the toys out the pram about like wanting to increase the lower age limit, is it? Easy now. Like, there's no doubt the popularity of flying at Vatsim is getting bigger and bigger. They may not have got the infrastructure for it, like. Yeah. Easy now. Give them a while to figure it out. They haven't given much more info on it, I guess, so I guess we'll have to wait and see as time comes. While fair, if it's so busy that volunteers are getting stressed out, that's a loss because less people with ATC, and that compounds the issue. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I mean, put it this way, right? Cross the pond as an event, it should be every bit as enjoyable for the controllers, very same as the pilots, right? There's no argument for me there. And if it's the case that their controllers are not having the enjoyment because they're swamped, well then, okay, you need to do something, sure. But I'm not quite sure what they can do. Scalability and all that. Is the wrong answer here have more cross the pond events? Well, it'll be interesting to see what IVAO do, right? I just think internally it was stressful for them and just unorganised. CTL was a mess according to them too. But I don't know, like, my understanding is, like, there are ways in which you can absolutely take the pressures off, but Vatsim aren't interested in it. And what I mean by that is, I mean, there's options there with the likes of, say, Intentions. Like, they can certainly handle elements of controlling. No reason why they can't. And because they can hand you over to Vatsim. The problem is Vatsim can't... Wait, sorry, they can be handed back from Vatsim, but they can't be handed over to Vatsim. Maybe I'm being naive in my thinking, but, like, from an infrastructure point of view, you know, clearances all done by PDC. I don't know. It's very easy for me to say, yeah, it's quite kind of handy, but like to cancel an event is huge. You know, how am I using the tablet like that? Which one, Stephen? Which tablet? I wonder if CTP will become a rated pilot event only. I wouldn't have an issue with that. I think there should be a rating for pilots on the Vatsim network in order to do cross the pond, because oceanic clearances, I mean, we've done them, right? Like, if we were to say to a lot of people, right, we want to get position reports and we want to do parallel tracks, you know, huh? You know what I mean? Problem with clearances by PDC, if a pilot files incorrectly, it takes human intervention. But that's not saying about the infrastructure, though. Like, is that not where the likes of infrastructures from, say, Intentions, for example, could help? No? What I wish is that there were more events that cross the ocean, so there's oceanic clearance. But to be honest, there's not much in terms of oceanic clearances anyway. Once you get your clearance, they might check in with you, you know. The EFB. Okay, Stephen, yeah, so what I'm using here, this is Garmin Pilot, which is a paid add-on. Now, I'm a huge fan of using Navigraph, but with Garmin Pilot, they give you a free month to kind of, you know, figure it out and mess around with it. And what I like, straight up, I like seeing what's available outside of the normal sim infrastructure, because it means you get ideas and you can say, hey, can you guys do something like this? This is used for real-world aviation, and it's always very interesting to see how close the sim gets. It gets very close. You know, it gets like precisely close, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's pretty good. Only if you knew that the LOAs from different facilities take into account weather and direction. It should be able to, though. It's all being read from the sim, right? Too many pilot mistakes. Yeah. So if that points to training, then are we saying, right, should it be the case that we need perhaps pilot certification for doing across the pond, a pilot rating, if you will? Like, put it this way, right? Over the next number of months, what Navigraph are doing with their pilot academy, for those who want to do that training, and that's free training, I think the standard of piloting, navigation, it's going to start getting better across everything. Navigraph are huge, right? And they're making all of this for free, you know? Pilots who are not flying the aircraft properly. Yeah, that's always an issue for ATC because it delays them. We get that. 100%. Don't think it's just down to mistakes, though. It's down to the sheer amount of people. Well, I mean, it depends, right? From the training perspective, though, I'd have no issue with that. But, like, I can only imagine what it must be like for certain controllers, because I know there's Muppets. You're going to get Muppets, right? And they probably just, you know, go out of their way to cause issues. They're jumping on the network without, you know, giving themselves the chance to actually understand what's going on here. And we've all learned before, like, I mean, if you don't kind of do the groundwork, you're not going to have a good experience. And that's what scares a lot of people off Vatsim. They're like, nah, I tried Vatsim before, I didn't like it. You didn't like it because, you know, and I mean this with the greatest of respects, you didn't like it because you weren't comfortable with the, you know, the knowledge base required, right? Within reason. Yes, you can get an awkward controller, of course you can. People are people. But I think a lot of the challenges come down to folks jumping in head first without fully knowing what they're supposed to know. You know, must know, should know, and could know. There's no clear breakdown of that information. I mean, we've done it as best we can with our own ATC course. This is what you must know. You should know this element, and this is nice to know or could know. You know what I mean? Increase the age limit and keep the schoolies out. I don't like that idea, Super Tie. Honestly, I like, if I see that coming in, to me, I think that's a bad move. Your age shouldn't really have to come into it to reach a level of discrimination, to reach a level of competency. And it's not discrimination either, you know. I mean, there's maturity in all sorts of ratings. There's a certain maturity required, so it's not discrimination. If that's the case, I mean, you say, oh, they won't let me play Grand Theft Auto because they're discriminating against me age. No, that's the rating. Do you know what I mean? But it's all down to the number of available controllers. During Cross the Land, they had a really hard time staffing up the C1 positions. Add pilot competency, and there's no guarantees that they'll follow instructions, even if there was a possibility to cover the gaps. Yeah. Like, it's a very interesting topic. You know, it's a very interesting topic. But I don't see that just, you know, slapping on an upper age limit, I don't see that necessarily fix the problem. Even if they can identify, yeah, you know, statistically, a lot of the issues come from this age group. I totally get that. But, like, the reality is this, lads. And Navigraph, I mean, we've learned this already from the Navigraph flight sim surveys. The vast majority of people who actually get into flight simulation and aviation are between the ages of 11 and 16. Fact. That's when we all start looking into this hobby, you know? On my Facebook, Ireland pays you 90 grand to move to its remote islands. It does, but it'll cost you 900 grand to get there. Some younger pilots show a lot more maturity than older people. They can do. Some don't, but they can do. Therefore, I think you know, if it's going to be assessed, I would rather see an assessment on skills and knowledge base than anything else. You know what I mean? Am I using reshade? Diego, yes sir. So this is the sim without reshade, default. That's the sim with my reshade. Hangar Studio says, I'm a noob on Vatsim. I never used it, but I know what it is. However, I don't know if there is a test for it, is your first question. So you have your entry bar to get in, which is basic stuff, but it's not basic if you've never looked at it before, right? Just Flight and I announced a Chinese yak based on the Russian plane, a CJ-6A. Yeah, I had a look at that. Yeah, I'll have to go exploring, for sure. I like the idea of passing training requirements. Like, I don't think the age matters. Some of the kids are great. Some, they just play and cause issues. Yeah, I think so. I would rather see... Now, it's easy for me to say, I'd rather see this. You know what I mean? Like, it's... the guys who are on Vatsim controllers and the upper echelons, I mean... It's a great network. It really is. It's an awesome network. Yeah, that happens a lot, Abra. Yeah, that happens a lot. Why not just have cost a pound for members that have been using Vatsim over the year or something? The new age limit is just a band-aid that covers the current day-to-day issues. The real solution would be a proper intro course and better initial test. Couple that with a better solution with the current .wallop. Yeah, I agree. Age wouldn't be a factor anymore, yeah. Mr. Xerxes, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, I think we're all kind of in agreement here, lads. Training, you know, they have to pass the Firefly testing. Yeah, but like, it'd be great that if there was training, but like, the issue with the training is you have to make it incredibly accessible. And I don't mean easy to find. I mean, it has to be robust enough that you can kind of meet the learning capacity of folks who want to learn. And that has to be broken down by either video or by, you know, podcast, written a course, you know what I mean? So with no test or requirements, how about a mission system built by a developer to help users? There's plenty of them out there, but there's no reason to have them. Truth be told, Hangar Studios, some folks will look at flight sim streamers, learn what they need to learn from them, and then go off and do it themselves. And they learn by their mistakes. Which, you know, an Airbnb or Uber model where pilots are rated by the controllers. Then you need to be rated to fly the CTP. Charge a very small fee for Vatsim? No, that doesn't... I mean, that won't sort it. That won't sort it. You know... Not to mention physically accessible too. Don't forget the pilot groups. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think charging would... Now, in saying that, you could argue this, Pilot Edge charges, but I don't know. I think Boston Virtual Agency is a bit stricter than regular Vatsim. They can be. But again, like, you know, I mean, they put the work in, right? They do have Wings courses, Wings over New England. They do have all the training elements. And then if you ignore all of that and then you just want to jump in and go flying, you're not going to get the nicest kind of, you know, experience. Team Redo says, what jet fighter would you like more, an A-10 or an F-22? Well, they're two very different aircraft. The A-10 being more air-to-ground stuff and the F-22 being stealth. But if I had to pick, I'd go with the A-10 because it's mad looking. there should be one day a year where they let everyone in and let the chaos ensue. Well, there's plenty of first flights. Vatsim do this themselves. Plus, look what Adam does on a Sunday. He does a Sunday school to teach folks on Vatsim. There's plenty of that out there. I think the best way to do this is it's a rating system. There should be an annual rating. And, you know, it's worked on a strike system. That's the infrastructure. It sounds easy on paper. It could be an absolute headache in order to implement it. But if you had a rating system, right, and a controller, if they need to do a dot wallop or complain about you, well, then they're able to look to say, right, you've had 10 infringements this year. You must now go and reset the full induction before you're allowed to fly on the network again. But how do you beat the system? You know what I mean? Another way of doing it is, as I say, you have to pass your annual. So if you don't pass your annual, then you don't get your flights can't be validated on the network, for instance. I mean, there are ways around it, but it's the infrastructure in order to support it would make it interesting, you know? I didn't order anything from Winwing. PH Depot does deltas for dummies. Yeah, it's very good, Super Tie. Doesn't Say Intentions have that system set up already, or maybe even partner with Vatsim? But they wouldn't. Say Intentions were happy to build it. Vatsim wouldn't touch them. Vatsim were like, no, you're alright, thanks. Which is friggin' nuts. If you were flying on Vatsim right now, and, you know, you're handed over by a controller saying, no further ATC, you know, monitor advisory, and you know there's no one else online for the rest of your flight, well, you could jump on to Say Intentions and it'll have all your details and they'll continue giving you ATC coverage. The problem is, if you started off on Say Intentions and there was no other there's no other Vatsim ATC, and then suddenly a controller comes on, there's no way for Say Intentions to link you back into Vatsim because Vatsim don't want to know. And that's a problem, you know. The annual is pretty much how it works for controllers. If you don't control for 12 months, you become inactive. Yeah, 100% Rambog, but it should be the same for pilots, I think. I think if they did that for pilots, it would start changing things. Bald Eagle is here for 30 months, look. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. What a legend. Cheers, buddy. Like, it's a very interesting conversation, and, like, the numbers on Vatsim now, like, they've swelled something fierce over the last 5 years, and it's great to see. It is. Flying on Vatsim can give you such an incredible experience. You know, scare the crap out of you, but it can give you an incredible experience. So I've always recommended flying on Vatsim. Man alive! Look at the views. Now, I don't believe we're landing on 6. We need to get around to 2-4. Let's have a look. Runways, 2-4 is what she wants. So we'll scuttle around the back and then land. My first flight was terrifying. Second flight was dopamine. Yeah, it really was. The annual's pretty much how it works, yeah. It does look very beautiful here. It's stunning Resonate, isn't it? It's gorgeous here, lads. The West, gorgeous. No, I mean, I really do enjoy Vatsim. But an element has to be, though, like some, you know, there's an issue on the pilot side and there's an issue on the controller side. It can happen. I mean, you can get, you know, a pilot who's completely out of their depth, don't know what they're doing, and, you know, it's no longer fun for people who are dealing with this. Then you get controllers who are like that as well, and it's not necessarily that they don't know what they're doing, but they're either, their head isn't in the zone, they're not in the right frame of mind to control because they've no patience, and they can give people a shocking bad experience. But I think it comes down to the you know, an annual check ride, I think, would be a good thing for Vatsim. It absolutely would. It absolutely would. You know, and like maybe better consequence if you do end up finding a Muppet you know, there's way more consequence to that person if they're breaking the rules just for the fun of it. If there's a genuine learning mistake, well then, you know, they'll get an infraction and they can go off and learn about it, right? Go back and study the thing. What happens in the real world? We got a number for you to call. You know, you have to go back and figure it out. Cando at times does bush flying on Vatsim. Yeah. Reminds you of Pushing Tin. Great movie. Where do you find the people to give that check ride? We have hard enough time having enough instructors to train new controllers. But this is the problem with Vatsim and the upper echelons. You know, Saint Engines had a way of doing it. Navigraph could do it. Vatsim ambassadors could do it, right? I mean, there's ways around it. There's no large organisation that can actually say, right, we're going to look after all of your training. Because that'd be a huge thing to do. Now, you could do it through the regional sectors, right? VAT Air, for example. All right, okay, you want to fly in VAT Air? You have to pass our tests first, right? So maybe you push it back down onto the ARTCCs. Maybe. They got to do it. Tom Moore says, but then again, it is a simulator, not the real thing. We all start somewhere, bro. Yeah, no, I get that, man. Like, look, no one's expecting you to... And, like, when you look at Vatsim versus the real world, there's a lot of similarities, but there's also differences as well, right? But when you're trying to take your flight sim experience to that next level, you can't just go in there and thinking, right, you know, because... What about those who want that experience of it being the next level? You know what I mean? So, like, you can't exactly jump on there saying, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but sure, we'll find out what happens. Like, there is a time and a place for that. Of course there is. And Vatsim is okay with that as well. But there's a time and a place, you know? I mean, there are authorised training organisations, and while they do go a bit further, the concept could be reused for a more lightweight version. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, nothing but respect for the controllers, of course, and the pilots. Like, it's fantastic, it really is. It's just on, you know, how do you tackle the problem of the issues, you know? Well, Vatsim controllers offer par approach services. Probably asking too much. As in parallel approach, depends on the airport. Vatsim has a lot of fake high so-called staff. SRAF? What do you mean, Mangst? Oh, staff. Look, at pilots or controllers, it doesn't matter. People are people, right? People have good days, people have bad days. That shouldn't come into it. For the overall, if the challenges the Vatsim have now in terms of a lot of pressure on the system, they're spread a little bit thin, they're not fully in control of what they want to do, they're seeing things on their network that they didn't set out to see, right? Well, pause, reflect, and then come up with a plan on how you make it better. You know? Marv, is this considered good weather in Ireland? Yeah, this be fairly decent, yeah. It'd be alright, like, yeah. Some airports do simulate power approaches. Yeah, it does. We don't have anything in the sim that works. No, there are some like it. PAR. Where did I see? PAR approach. PAR approach. So... It depends on the airport. I have seen that on Vatsim. Precision approach, yeah, that's the one. There's nothing like it in the US. There's ASR approaches, but they're not precision. I've heard of it before. I could be wrong. The biggest challenge that I have on Vatsim is the update from what's happening versus radar. That's the problem. But yeah, as I said, very interesting topics. Terrain, yeah, we can see the terrain. Thank you, Demonic Dragon. It's a sad missed opportunity. Too bad it's not big enough to have a system set up for all levels of piloting controllers. I see the future many moons from now, AI being able to remove the people part of it and just become overseers. Well, maybe. maybe. You know. Yeah, resin, doesn't it? It looks so good, man. It looks so good. As I say, like, when you're dealing with people, you have to work on a solution that's workable for everyone. Training is going to be the main thing. Whoa, Stu Snape, you absolute mad devil. Did you just see what he did? Stu in with 5 gifted tier 1 subs to the community because the man is mad. Stu, thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, we've just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Stu Snape. But do be sure to say thank you. The man is a legend. Stu, thank you very, very much indeed. AI is great for a lot of things, but not ATC right now. Yeah. Hans Gruber, good to see you, buddy.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy snooze.
Thank you for turning off me lights. That one didn't turn off over there. Hope you're well, bud. Easy now. Oh, Hans Gruber subscribing for 41 months. Cheers, man. Hope you're well. I meant to be pushing a different button. No, Stu fell over the phone. No, the Vatsim thing is interesting. It's just, it's important that controllers are happy when they're using the service and pilots are happy when they're using the service. That's the goal, right? And they aim to simulate air traffic control. That's what they do, right? But yeah, it's an interesting discussion for sure. Better courses perhaps, maybe, or if there's annual tests you need to do to stay current. I mean, that follows real world aviation, right? And better consequence for pilots who step out of the bell curve of what is deemed as proper versus no wrong. The only way AI gets better with ATC is the continued development we're seeing now. Yeah, oh no, it's getting there, man. Like, what we're seeing now is AI, it's learning stuff, right? But once the learning is kind of done, and it's getting close because it's learning fast, it's when it's able to reason. That's when you'll see the change with AI. It's when it can reason now, because it has the knowledge base. It'll start to reason, and that'll be interesting when it comes to ATC. I definitely see ATC being supported by AI. I don't see it being replaced. That's my view on it, Vatsim Pro and a Vatsim Muppet Edition for flying tonight. It's one way of looking at it. You could have, that'd be a great way for training. So you could have a Vatsim Lite experience and versus a Vatsim. Well, they kind of do this already. Don't they have I forget the name of it. Vatsim do these events where like they're proper full on. You must know exactly what you're doing. They're like, what's the name of those events? They're not ultra events. First Wings is like the entry level, but the Elite Wings, Command the Impossible Face. So a Vatsim Elite Wings event is like, that's top drawer stuff. They take no prisoners on that. And that's at the highest level of proficiency, which closely matches that in the real world. The First Wings, that's where, they're just trying to encourage you to, well, listen to what we're saying. We listen to what you're going to say, and between the two of us, we'll figure it out, MV, good to see you. Wouldn't it be a nice idea to do an event just for beginners into a single airport at a specific time? Yeah, 100%. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. Like we've done ATC courses. If you guys would like to see, a couple of refreshers thrown in or a brand new beginners course, let me know. I'd be more than happy to put it together. I mean, we have the resources there, right? Granted, for the Xbox and PlayStation pilots, we're not there yet, only because we don't have flow. But who knows? I mean, for me, I would very much love to do what we did the last time for our ATC course with the console pilots and get it working on PlayStation. Could you imagine? The edge of the sword swings both ways. Yeah, 100%. Regarding AI, we got told it's not AI that will replace a software engineer. It's a software engineer that utilizes AI that could. AI is a tool, not a replacement. I agree. Problem with the world, though, at the moment, people are using AI as a replacement, and that's where the problem lies. People are getting too friggin' lazy, or complacent or, you know, this copycat syndrome, and they're using AI to do it. Hides from the god-awful code that was the ATC solution. Rambog, to use your words, it's super janky. Super janky. I love it, man. But what a feat of engineering, you know. Elite wings sounds like spicy wings at a pub, right? I've no idea about this, but are ATC for simulators paid to do it, or is it purely voluntary? It's purely voluntary. If you go to a different network, for example, Pilot Edge, most of them are real-world controllers. You know, it's crazy how much your accent disappeared when you said super janky. You sounded American. Oh, there are times I could try an American accent, but it doesn't always work. You know, I've been there, man. Great flying, catch on the next one. FMJ, take it fierce handy. Thank you very much. Oh, jeez, it's the wind. Easy now, Murphy. Didn't know, Murphy. Thanks for answering. Yeah. Oh, the stutters. They're real. Jesus, right. Concentrate here, Murph. We're coming in sideways. Let's go 30 degrees on the flaps. Thank you. Easy now, lads. Would I guess you were from the South Midwest? Closest thing that comes to the US is the Wings course they put on at Boston. Yeah. It's very, very good. Boston. Nice and handy. Fighting the wind on all fronts, but we're okay. Easy now. Welcome back to Shannon. Jeez, look at the timing of that, lads. Huh? Some say he managed this all on his own.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
The friggin' stutter. Then Stu turned off me lights. Easy now. Oh, Jesus, look at the float in this, Betsy. Easy. Oh. Down you get. Was scrolling on YouTube Shorts and it came up me feed. Ah, brilliant, Larry. Drop a like, Larry, will you? You sound like that. Brilliant. I think Murph has more radio accent than an Irish accent. Do you think so? The Wings course is such a good step. Semi-self-study, not requiring separate mentor. Rambach, I agree. The Wings course, genius. Whoa, who was that, look? Angels 1-5, incredible. You see what he did? Straight over the runway, yoop. Up he went. We shall be in Boston on Vatsim next week. Yep. Well, we're going to be on, we'll be on Vatsim this coming Thursday. Now, I'm going to be bugger all used to anyone to offer advice because I'm going to be under savage pressure because I'm flying an aircraft I am not comfortable with. But, you know, it's for the entertainment, yes. And I'll have Dougal and Rambog and Naughty Gnome and the lads to keep me safe and sound. I hope. I'm sound, so I gave you a like. Come on, Larry. And Larry, you legend. He's now on the grass we are, which goes against rule number 1. Listen, it'll be grand. It'll be grand. Right, look at this. As it's becoming nighttime. We'll shut her down here side of the runway. Why the devil not? And off on both sides. And there we have it, my friends. That was a great flight, wasn't it? I know nothing about the Boeing, so good luck. That makes 2 of us. That makes 2 of us. Brilliant. Lads, that was such an awesome flight. It's so nice to fly around Ireland every now and again. I'm not biased at all, you know, but that was super. The weather was gorgeous. I mean, it's not great, but flying it in the sim, I mean, look at that, look. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. That was a barrel load of fun. So we flew from Shannon down to Kerry. We went exploring out the coast. That was kind of where we went. We went up, down, left, right, all over the shop, right? And there is a weather front moving in, so we kind of did this in fairly good time. So Killarney, Carrauntoohil, up over to Castle Gregory, Dingle, Caherdaniel Kenmare, and then back up the road we went. That was a super flight. Sure, wouldn't it be a lovely country if you can only roof it? Absolutely, Muse. Absolutely. Don't read me text. Jesus. Damn tops. But yeah, it'll be fun. Another great flight. Mrs. GPHI, thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, that was so much fun. Thank you all. You know, the support as always is amazing, but just getting to hang out. I mean, that's what this is all about. We get to hang out. We're exploring the sim in its absolute stunning detail with some of the coolest airplanes you'll ever fly. Loads and loads of fun. So we're back to you tomorrow night. Something a little bit different. I don't have a daytime stream tomorrow. We will be on tomorrow night. We're going to be in F1 25 and I'll be wearing my gloves. Real gloves, they say spa. Not that I'm a spa. Right. And then Wednesday we're bringing the news. At the moment, lads, it's looking like we're going to be showcasing an early build of the upcoming B-17. That should be fun. Thursday, then, we have a double header. We're going to be flying the King Air in X-Plane, and then that night we're on the Vatsim network with the 747-200, the mother of all Gickness. And then on Friday night, we're going to be doing a flight in Japan inspired by our good friend Retriever Neil, and that's going to be flying in the new YS-11 aircraft. So it should be a lot of fun. If you have any questions about what we're talking about tonight in relation to Vatsim, do be sure to hit us up over on our Discord. We've over the years we've ran many ATC courses, and if you'd like to learn more about ATC and what to say and how to say it and all the jazz, if you ramble over to the twotonemurphy.com website, you can see Learn ATC series, VF4, IF4. They're predominantly based in Europe, or EIKY, and then we did our FAA conversion series, and in here you will find a 300 plus page ground school document taking you from absolute entry level all the way up to being comfortable and proficient and competent when it comes to Vatsim, right? The manual is broken down to teach it in such a way that there's tons of information that you can click on to read up on, but the training element was very much done on a script. This is what you say, this is what you should hear back, this sort of stuff. All right, and there's a ton of information there, and a lot of work has gone into it from many people who've helped us along. So that's all for free, so do be sure to check it out. It's all over on our website, and it explains the who's it's and the what's it's of the world of virtual air traffic control. Some real world stuff thrown in there as well, some stuff that I've done, and then also information from Vatsim as well, and the Wings course and so on. But yeah, it's like 304 pages of stuff. Not only that though, all of the courses that were done, they're all saved on YouTube. You can go in and watch each and every one of them. They're live streams, but you know, for your 2 or 3 hours, you'll pick up all the information that we were talking on. So quite a bit of stuff there. So do be sure to check it all out. So until then, we're at it's on twotonemurphy.com. The website for our community, twotonemurphy.com. Right, lads, that's it till tomorrow. Thank you also very much indeed for all the raids, the supports, the gifted subs was absolutely nuts. The support on YouTube was absolutely nuts. Thank you very much indeed, lads. And we will see you tomorrow night, 1900 Zulu time, for some Formula 1, where I'm going to win. And then I'll wake up. Bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start to the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons! Right, that needs to go. You know, fat. But in fairness, though... Right, you know, I mean, the posture, right? I'm talking about me, of course, right? But anyway, quick, before we're in trouble...
I suppose you did this on purpose.
No, I didn't do anything!
Just to prove that I wasn't your man.
I wasn't looking at anything. I was looking deep into her eyes.
Oh, were you?
I was, actually was.
Her eyes are strategically placed.
No, her name tag was down on the... and a very bad eyesight. I had to lean right in.
Really?
Oh, Jesus. Listen, the important thing is... it's to be warm next week. No cloud at all. Oh, Jesus. Why did this start off terribly bad? I'm in trouble.
Few men even consider the possibility of life on other planets. Yet,
across the glove. Ah, Jesus! What was that? I was about to say something and you hit me in the head. Christ! Hang on. I found more of these flamingos. Jesus! Oh no, oh God, oh dear! It's like a friggin' Olympic somersault! What was that, Dwayne? Brilliant! Wait! No Pox M is in the SG 30 something thing! Oh no, Nighthawk!